Hey, welcome to MATLAB Games. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Francis.
Today we're going to play
Anachrony. All right. Anachrony is a worker placement game for 1 to 4 players. Designed by Richard Amon, Victor Peter, and David Turchi for Mind Clash Games. Plays in about 30 minutes per player, so it's going to should take us about an hour or so. And we're going to be playing with the Exosuit Commander Pack. Comes with exosuits, so those are not in the standard game. And then also with the Pioneers of the New Earth module, which is also part of the Exosuit Commander Pack. So should be so much fun.
That sounds like a lot.
It is gonna be a lot, so.
Cool. So
strap in.
Let's take it to the table and we'll show you how it plays. Hi, welcome to the table. Here we have Anachrony.
Anachrony.
Anachrony, that's how it's pronounced.
Like it, okay.
Yes, so this is set up for 2 players, and we, as you see, have a lot going on here. So I'm going to go quickly through what the main board represents up here. Francis will then take you through the player boards, and then we'll talk quickly about the sideboard and what that means, and
the timeline.
The timeline. We're not really going to get too much into what everything is because you'll see that through the playthrough. So what you see, starting from the left, and we'll go to the right, you've got 5 cards on the left of the table, and those cards represent endgame goals. The main board represents the capital city, and basically what this game is all about is that it is in the 26th century of Earth after some cataclysmic event that occurred that wiped out most of Earth's population. The remaining people on Earth broke off into 4 different factions that we've each chosen 2. Each chose 1 to play, so we're playing 2 of the 4 factions. Each has sort of different goals and different sort of themes, if you will. And we're all competing to become the head of the World Council, by the end of the game. There's a timeline in this game that we'll get into in a minute that is split by a cataclysm, which is basically a meteorite hitting Earth. So we know this is coming. So in the meantime, we're trying to bolster and build up each of our own personal cities or personal capitals in order to earn victory points and do a bunch of different actions and stuff. So what the board represents is the capital city. And the capital city is hazardous to humans. So you can't go and assign workers into the city without having what they call exosuits. And these exosuits are represented here with these miniatures, which are...
They're so awesome.
Unbelievably awesome. And what you need to do is you need to power up exosuits, man them with workers, and send them out into the capital city to take action. So I'll just go through what the actions are really quick. So in the upper left-hand corner, you have a water purification plant that allows you to gather water, potable water. Below that, you can trade with the nomads, and they'll let you convert resources to other resources based on the resource wheel. Over here, you have the technology or research action, where you can research and try to achieve technological breakthroughs, which are represented by those 3 piles of tiles. Over here you have the recruit action, where you can recruit any of the 4 different worker types. Here you have the build action, which allows you to build any of these building types, which we'll get to in a second. Up here you have the World Council action, which allows you to copy a move of any other...
World Council action.
The World Council action, yeah, which lets you copy a move over here. This is the starting player slot. In order to take player 1, you can take that first action of the World Council. Over here you have the mining, where you go and basically gather resources, and the mine is filled each round randomly by the mining deck, which we'll do. And the same is done for the workers. They'll come out based on the worker deck during the preparation phase. On the right, this is an expansion, sort of a module that we're playing with, that came with the Pioneers of New Earth.
Yes.
Expansion, and
the exosuits,
which comes with the exosuits and another module as well. So there's a bunch of different modules in this game.
I think it's the Exosuit Commander Pack.
Yes,
right.
That's right. Because normally these are just tiles, and
they're little hexagons.
Yeah, you can't play with the hexagons. You have to play with these guys. So this board here is called the Pioneers of New Earth, and what it adds to the game, to the main game, is an adventure variant, which is awesome. So there's 2 different levels of adventures that you can go on with your exosuits, and you have, along with that came this exosuit power-up board that allows you to beef up your exosuit to handle some of the more difficult adventures, because you have to essentially combat with the battle die, which is awesome. On the right you have the building tile. So there's 4 different building types. There are power plants, which allow you really to just travel back in time during the timeline. There are factories that generate sort of resources. You have life support, which really generates water. And you have these labs that do all sorts of weird things. Some good, some not so great, but they're all kind of good in a way. But there's trade-offs, so you'll see as we go along. Here you have the timeline, which is 7 eras, which we're going to play through. They're really the game rounds. Once we complete the 4th era, the cataclysm happens, and that will change the way the game sort of plays for the final 3 rounds, where we'll flip over the cataclysm. It's called the evacuation tile, action tile, because what we have to do, and what we should do, you don't really necessarily have to, but what you want to do is, once the cataclysm happens, you want to evacuate, and every faction has prerequisites for you to perform the evacuation action. You can perform it once, and it's sort of like scoring, like your big score for the game if you evacuate, and that's where you can accumulate a lot of victory points based on what your prerequisites are and what your bonus rewards are for evacuating. And that's done obviously towards the end of the game, which doesn't end the game.
We'll go through that.
We'll go through that later. And I think that's it. So these are the 4 resources in the game. You've got gold, you've got neutronium, you've got titanium, and uranium. Those are the 4. The water is, the light blue represents 1, the dark blue is 5 water. These are the technology dice. So when you roll them, every time you take that action, you can turn any way you want, and the second one you have to roll, and then that shape and symbol combination will be what kind of breakthrough you've achieved.
And I'll demonstrate that now, because I forgot to take my
you did.
one.
Okay.
So we already populated our starting resources, but I forgot to take my research. So the way this works is I'll set this one to like triangle, for example, and then I'll roll this other one and see what I get. So I got this little DNA type of thing. So I will search through the triangle deck and try to get like a match to that.
To that symbol.
So there it is. Okay, so go ahead.
So that's it for the main board. You can take them through the player boards and our starting characters, our leaders, basically.
Perfect. All right, so we have a couple things happening on our player tableau area here. We have our main board. We have our leader board, and then we have the separate little expansion board that is associated with that Pioneers of the New Earth. So to start off, we have our path leader board, I guess you could call it. And we've each chosen a leader. The game comes with 2 leaders to choose from for each path, a male and a female. And we both happen to choose, I think, the gentleman. So each of these have an ability, either passive or free action, associated with them that represents their strength in your path. I chose Patron Valerian, and his
Valerian Steel.
Strength, his ability is a free action, and those are indicated by these circles where we'll place our path tokens. I can take this action 1 time during the round indicated on that space, which
game phase.
is this is the game phase 5, which is our action round. What this allows me to do is to use one of my exosuits on the board, powered up exosuits, as a scientist without putting a worker in it. And the way that these exosuits work is really quite innovative. So they have this little slot at the top, and you have your worker token here. You actually slide your worker right inside the exosuit like that, and then that's how you use your worker. So normally we put these on the board with the scientist inside. With my guy, I can do one time during the extra round if I want to, and send him out without anybody, so he's kind of like a robot.
Right.
So what does yours do?
Mine's sort of a passive ability, and it's unlimited in use for the 3rd phase power up. In the 3rd phase, we power up exosuits. You can power up anywhere from 0 to 6 exosuits, and you place them in these power up slots. So you have 6 to choose from. The top 3 don't cost you anything to power up. The bottom 3 for me cost one of these power cores, and they're very limited in this game. So what my ability is I can convert 2 water to a power core or a power core to 2 water as many times as I want.
That's great.
So it's huge.
Okay. So the other thing on our leaderboard here are our evacuation conditions, which we talked about a minute ago. And in order to evacuate after the cataclysm, we need to meet this condition, this top condition here on the board. Mine, I just need to have 8 water.
Right.
And then I can evacuate, and I immediately get 3 victory points for that. Below that, additionally, optionally, for every super project that I've completed, I'll get 4 victory points as well.
Right. So mine is down here on this board. You have a morale meter. Mine has to be maxed, and that's as long as it's maxed. When I can take the evacuation action, and then I've achieved it, and I get 1 victory point for every worker I have.
Great. So you can see the benefit of evacuating.
Right.
So going to our main board here, and we've talked about a couple of these things already. We've got some stuff going on. So up here, we have stored our resources just because it's convenient. Mm-hmm. We have here, which we just went over, this is where our exosuits will go. And pretty much wherever you see these hexagons, that's where your exosuits are going to go, whether you're using the tokens or you're using the actual minis. As Anthony pointed out, these 3 are going to be free for all of us for now until the cataclysm happens. Once that cataclysm hits, we're going to be blocking off these 2, and that's when this becomes really important. If in the first part of the game we want to use these bottom 3, we're going to have to pay. So Anthony has to pay a power core. I pay a power core or a resource. Mm-hmm. So my faction or my path is highly scientific or technologically savvy, I guess. So a lot of what's going on my player board and my abilities are going to show that strength. I think you're
Science.
in the water, right? So you're...
Well, mine, yeah, we're a water-faring faction, but I think it's strengths...
It's strength and dominance,
or the theme lies in dominance, which is having a lot of workers, but having a lot of happy workers.
Good.
And I think that's where this faction thrives.
Great. So let's talk about happy workers for a second. Down here, we have a couple of actions that we can take on our player board. And one thing to mention is any actions taken on your player board here, you do not need exosuits because your folks are safe in their own little cities or in your path area. Here we can take a worker action, and it looks kind of like this little jug, which is the shape of the worker without an exosuit. So you know that those are always going to be worker actions. And what this allows you to do is bump up morale. So we can move up this morale track, gaining victory points every time we move up. But in order to do that, we have to pay the determined amount of water underneath. So we need to be able to, give our resources to our
people love
workers
water
and
in
stuff.
this game.
So they really do. So I start at 5, a payment of 5 water. I can max out at 7 victory points and 8 water. And yours, I think you max out at
Starts
6?
at 4, max at 6, but it only costs me 5 every time to go up.
Yeah, it costs you a lot less to keep your people happy.
Yes.
It costs me a lot more. I don't know why.
People because we're on a cruise ship. Everybody's happy.
Conversely to that, you can also take this free action, which again is denoted by this circle where we just place our tokens. And if you don't want to motivate your workers or bump morale in a positive way, you can actually force them to go to work. Mm-hmm. So if you have to wake up your workers, you'll force them, and then you start losing victory points, but it does cost you less water if you want to bump them up positively again. If you make it all the way down here, you actually have to kill a worker, so that's no good. But all right, so in line with that, we have 2 worker columns, and you'll see that we both have workers in both columns right now to start off with based on our faction. Here in this column, we have our workers who are asleep, or they're tired, or they just woke up from cryogenic sleep. I don't know what's going on, but they're very tired. So they're over here. We cannot use them. They're not active yet. Over here in our awake column, we can use these workers for any actions that we want during the action phase or the action rounds. In order to use these workers in the tired column, we have to take one of these 2 actions to actually wake them up. Mm-hmm. Most actions on the board are going to make our workers tired. If at any time we see this little symbol with the arrow pointing to like an eyeball, means they come back motivated, they come back ready to work some more. And usually those are related to the kinds of tasks they like to do. So for example, if you send an engineer to the mine, he comes back motivated because he just loves mining so much. On my board, I also have a special ability that if I put buildings in either the power plant, factories, or labs slots on my board, my scientists that I put in those buildings come back awake. So that's kind of nice too. All right, so that's like this half of the board. So on this half, we have our building area. Again, these correspond to the types of buildings we have up there. These are going to be our power plants. These are going to be our factories, our life sources, which is basically like our water, and our labs down here. And each of these they're kind of divided into squares, 3 each, and they each have a cost associated with them. So to put any of these buildings in any of these slots, we're going to work from left to right, generally, and paying this cost, we'll be able to build those buildings from left to right. We can also, if we choose to build a super project, we can also put that super project in one of these rows to occupy 2 slots. Now, I think, do you have a special ability with regard to your placement?
So with my faction, with special super projects, I can place them basically anywhere on my board. It doesn't matter. There's no restrictions for them.
And that's good because the ones most to the left are usually cheaper. The ones to the right are more expensive. So if you block a couple of them off, that's not always so good.
I would probably put them on the right side.
Okay. So that's how that works. Most of the buildings that we will be building have those little jug worker placement cutouts, and that's, they'll be for worker actions and things.
Right.
Last couple things to talk about here. We have, these all relate to time travel. So we have our time travel meter, and time travel is encouraged in this game. So it's not something that, I'm going to borrow resources. We're going to be borrowing resources from the future, bringing them back, and then we're going to have to go, into the future at some point, close the loop and return those resources back to the past to indicate, to kind of close the loop. So
yes,
it's very confusing. We're not going to get into it right now. You'll see how it works. But anytime we successfully do that, we're going to move up on our track here.
Like a warp track.
Warp track for time travel. So that indicates how far along we've advanced in our time travel. I max out at 16 because we're so scientific.
Right.
And I think you max out at 12,
yeah.
right?
Mine's a little bit lower.
So, but essentially the same. Now, up here we also have this red triangle. These are no good. These are anomalies. And up at the top, above the 4 stacks, we actually have a 5th stack of crimson red anomalies, and these are not good at all. We're going to be rolling for and collecting these little orange triangles called paradoxes when we have warp tiles on these era tiles, and that'll make sense once we get there. Once we collect a certain number of them, we collect an anomaly, and those anomalies take up space on our boards. You can't put workers there, you can't do they don't benefit you in any way, but they do take up space.
And they are -3 points.
And they're -3 points if you don't get rid of them. So you can get rid of them, you have to kill workers and stuff like that. But in my case, as a standard, usually if you collect 3 paradoxes, paradigm, you get an anomaly. I can collect up to 4 before I get an anomaly, which is good. So anyway, but all this time travel stuff will make sense once we start playing.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so...
Oh, one other thing before we move on. Sorry, I forgot about this. We have our exosuit board, which goes along with our expansions.
Yes.
And just really quickly, the only thing that this does is power up our exosuit so we can take more advanced actions. And what we'll do is place a worker here as an action to provide resources to the suit, basically, to enhance its ability to protect us.
You're upgrading its power, its strength. Or you could place a scientist up top
up here
and pay a gold. Well, you pay water.
I pay water, yeah.
To place you could place up to one of each different research tile shape to a max of 3, and that's upgrading your scanner or your survey, so you can draw more cards.
Yeah.
And pick.
Allows you to draft.
Yeah.
As opposed to just luck of the draw.
Yeah, instead of having to deal with the first one you pick, the first adventure. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility there because you don't know. Every adventure has a different battle strength you have to meet, and you have to roll the die to add on to it. So it takes your strength of your exosuit plus the die roll, and as long as you beat the battle strength, you earn the reward. If you don't, you earn a much lesser reward, and in some case penalty, for failing the adventure.
Yeah.
So I think that
All
about
right.
sums
I
it.
think that
Yeah,
sums it
everything
up.
else we can go into more detail as we play.
Yeah.
We'll explain as we go along as usual, but I think in as brief a time as we could possibly come up with,
That's what's happening,
this
at
is
least
what's
on the board right
happening
now.
out here. And mind you, there are 2 or 3 more modules
Right.
to add to the game, and you can play it with a
At
combination
least.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's one that lets you kind of control when the cataclysm happens, but that doesn't work well with the Pioneers
It also
module.
doesn't fit on our table.
And doesn't
at
fit on the
same
table,
time,
yeah. So I think I like this module the best.
Yeah, we do.
So I think, we really like this combination. The base game plus that is really good, at least for this demonstration, to show you how the game plays, to keep it as simple as possible
Yeah.
without being the plain vanilla out of the box game.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, cool.
So I think with that, we're going to go ahead
I'm
and
ready.
start. And there we go. All right, so the game is played over the course of 7 eras, and each era has 6 different phases that we're going to be playing through. The first phase is preparation, and we'll start that now. So the first thing we do is refill the mine, and we refill or repopulate the
Workers.
The workers. So we have a
I'll
deck
be
for
doing
each.
this one, and you'll be doing that
I'll
one.
be handling the mine. So the card tells you exactly what resources to bring out.
We've got 1 scientist, 2 engineers. Ooh, and your favorite.
Oh, is the genius out?
It's a brain.
Yes.
It's a pinky brain.
So the 4 worker types, which I don't think we went over yet. So there's scientists who are better at doing certain actions. And every one of them has specific actions they're good at. So you have scientists, you have engineers, and you have administrators. Administrators are obviously good at recruiting people. The scientists are good at doing research. The engineers good at mining, good at building. And each of these actions have different. They tell you what each worker's
Able to do.
Yeah, I guess
and
able
not
to do and not able to do. So in the case of like recruiting, for example, a scientist cannot recruit. An engineer cannot recruit a genius, and a genius is like wild. They can play any of these roles when taking an action. And the administrator is really the only one who can recruit without penalty. So you'll see that throughout. And the ore comes out, but depending on which action you take, you get a bonus piece of material, or bonus resource, basically, depending on which hex you take. So that's the first thing we do. The next thing we do is we reveal the super project, which you've already done.
Yep. And we have rescue pods.
Rescue pods.
Yep. So one thing we didn't mention is with the super projects, you're going to ignore the building requirements on your board, and you're going to just focus on the building requirements here. So on each of these, they're going to have the requirements listed on the right-hand side, and there's 2 columns. So it's a combination of resources that you need to collect as well as the research that you need to do. In this
Scientific
case,
breakthroughs,
you
yeah.
need a breakthrough that's like a triangle, people triangle.
Right. You have to. Sometimes you have to match one specific breakthrough or two shapes
Right.
of any type.
Yeah.
So obviously the cheaper route is to go with the match if you can,
Right.
but it really comes down to chance in some cases.
Yep.
So that's the breakthroughs, and then we shift the building stack. So the way the building stacks work is every round we're going to put the top one over to the right. So we'll at
There's
some
always
point
2 available.
have 2 stacks, and as you build buildings, the ones beneath them become available
Right.
as well.
And what buildings do we have available this time?
So in the top row for our power plants, we have, and these buildings really just allow you to focus back on previous eras and fill up some of your warp gaps to avoid these paradoxes. And this tells you how many eras you can go back. So this one's 2, that one's 1. These are the factories. So this one with an engineer can produce a power core, which is nice. And in this case, a worker can basically get one of these uranium. The life support, as we said earlier, is to get water. So pay 1 gold, get 6 water.
Oh, yes.
You know who's going for that. Actually, this is a good one too, because
Yeah.
what this one does is when you take the wake up worker action, you only pay half the water cost
That's good.
rounded up. So
Yeah,
that's actually really good for someone who has
really good.
a tough time bringing up their worker morale. And the final stack down at the bottom of the lab, so a scientist can take this action, but it allows you to remove a warp tile from the track, which is awesome.
Oh, these are awesome buildings.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this one here, so administrator comes in awake, but any worker can use it, but it wakes up your workers.
Wakes up your
These are
workers.
all really good.
Wow. Okay.
So those are really, really strong. So I think we're going to be doing a lot of building early on. So
I
that-
assume without bumping up your morale, though, right? So it's
correct.
not a
I think
morale action.
that just wakes people up. So
Yeah.
there's always some forfeit.
Right,
But
yeah. But these are very
Right.
powerful.
Like
Okay.
pulling the warp tile off the previous track without having to go and replace the resource is
that's
great, but you don't get the points.
Exactly.
And these are a lot
exactly.
of points.
Yep, but it
Right.
can help you clean up if you're
struggling, yeah, absolutely.
All right,
So
cool.
that's the first phase preparation, very quick. The next phase is paradox. We're going to skip in round 1 because we don't have any warp tiles on
And
the
we'll
track.
explain that in next round.
Power up is where we now get to decide how many exosuits we're going to power up for our first round of actions. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and power up 4. This can be done simultaneously.
Yeah.
So the first 3 are free.
Yep.
My 4th one is going to cost me a power core, though.
And I'm gonna bring in, I guess I'll bring in 4 as well. And I'll also pay a power core.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so that's power up. Next is warp, where we actually
Call in resources from the future.
Yes.
This is where things get a little weird.
they get a lot weird.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
find myself in a bookshelf
we
pretty
will,
soon.
yes, we will select these in secret, and then we're going to reveal how many we're gonna call in. All right, so how we do this is we have a handful of tokens we're not going to use, and we have a handful of tokens we are going to use, whether it's 0, 1, 2, 3, however.
Well, up
0 to
to
2, yeah,
yeah.
0 to 2, and then we drop. Ready? Drop. All right, so.
Okay.
I'm warping in 2 things. You're
I'm
warping
warping in one.
All right. What are
And
you
we
warping
put
in?
those on here. I'm warping in some neutronium.
Okay, so you get a neutronium.
Thank you.
I'm also warping in neutronium. So you place that on there. And I'm also warping in a worker. When you warp in a worker, though, you have to pay 1 water to warp that worker in. So when they come in active. So I paid a water, and I'm bringing in an administrator from the future. From some point in the
Some
future.
point in the future. Some
I don't know.
indeterminate point in
Don't
the
know
future.
quite when yet, but I know that I have this administrator, and at some point, I've got to send this administrator. I have to actually go and send this administrator
Yes,
back
exactly.
to the past.
So you have to lose him at some point.
Right when I'm back
When
in
you
the
get to the point
when I get back
when
to the
you
future.
sent yourself that worker.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, allow myself to introduce myself. All right, so
Weird.
that's it for warping.
Okay.
Now we go into action round. So we will
Right.
now start. So we need to have
First
a player,
player.
first player. So we didn't identify first player. So first player in this game is determined by the person who most recently had deja vu. And for some reason, I feel like
I've been here before.
I've been here. In fact, I was just here last night. So I'm going to be player 1.
Okay.
And that goes here. And I will take my first action.
Okay. All right, deja vu.
Okay, so
I have to get water income
yes.
before you actually start.
Would you mind explaining?
Yes, I'm going to explain this. So, on our exosuit
Power up.
spots,
Yes.
when we power up our exosuits, typically our path leaders will get 1 water income per blank space that we don't have an exosuit. In my case, I get 1 water. In your case, you get no water
Per space.
per space.
Correct.
Because you're in the water, I guess. I have no idea. But I'm going to collect that. So please make sure I continue to collect that this whole game. 'Cause
Absolutely.
sometimes
I'll make sure
we
you
don't
get
remember I
that.
collect that because you don't. So
I don't collect any water.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, so you can go.
so I can take my first action, and I think I'm going to build with my first action. So I'm going to put an engineer in one of my powered up exosuits and place him on the first space. If I place it on the second space, it's going to cost me a water. So I'm going to definitely take the first. And with an engineer on the construct action, I get a discount of 1 titanium on any building I build. And every building requires titanium. So I have been eyeing up this
You
tile.
love that tile.
'Cause I like to buy this every game I can. And what this does is allow me to put a worker here, spend a gold, and I get 6 water and a victory point every time I do that. So I have to build from left to right. So in the life support row, it's a cost of 2 titanium with a discount of 1. So it's only going to cost me 1 titanium to build this building right here. So I will pay 1 titanium, and that is my action.
What?
Yep, but by doing that, I've revealed this tile
which I love.
Which you pay neutronium and get 8
You just
water.
get 8 water.
That's huge.
You have to pay neutronium though.
Neutronium, which is very expensive.
It is.
At least
expensive.
for now.
For now, it's expensive. Okay. I am going to send my admin out. Am I going to do that yet? Yeah, I'm going to send my admin out here. And I am going to hire an engineer.
All right.
And he is going to come in. Anybody you hire from the recruit pool is going to come in awake.
Right.
So he's going to come in there ready to engineer some stuff. And he comes with, each of these workers is going to come with a bonus. If you choose the genius, you actually get to choose which bonus you want to take. With the engineer, he comes with a power core. So I essentially paid myself back for using that exosuit by taking that action.
You certainly did.
I sure did.
So I am going to copy you.
I had a feeling you were going to take that. I didn't want to spend any water.
1 admin. I'm going to spend a water because I took the second slot.
Yep.
And I'm going to recruit a genius. And the genius comes with any reward. I'm going to take 2 water with my genius.
Okay.
Because to me, 2 water equals 1 core.
Exactly. Very
So-
good. Oops.
All right.
Was that not in your hand?
That was not in my hand. Okay, so that's my second action. Your turn. And we're going to go until both of us pass.
Right. All right. I am going to send out my engineer.
Okay.
He's ready to work and he is being sent to the task here. So I will pay 1 water because I'm the second person to go.
Which building are you?
I am taking that 8 water building.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. And I'm going to pay a uranium and only 1 titanium because I used my engineer. So there you go.
All right.
And that is going right there. Love it. And I'll tell you why, because I know you're probably going to buy that other one. So the other building allows you to, when you do this, you pay half, which is also good for me because I have to pay up to 8.
So expensive.
It's so expensive. But we also need water for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of reducing this cost, I figure maybe give me something that gives me a little bit more water to spend on other things too.
Yes.
So, your turn. It was not in the original plan.
No, I think for right now, though, I'm going to go mine.
Okay.
So I'm going to set him here. And I'm going to mine. So I get this gold as a bonus. And I will take some titanium.
Okay.
Now he comes back awake because he's an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking?
Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and use this free action first, which forces my other engineer to wake up. And I have to drop this down in my morale because I woke him up out of his sleep, I guess, to make him come to work. But that's free, so it doesn't count as an action.
That's right.
And I'm going to go ahead and send this engineer here to the World Council. And I'm going to pay a water
You're not
so
going to
that I
take
can...
the first slot?
No.
2 water slot?
Not really.
Because that gives you player 1.
Yeah, I know.
But that's up to you. You know, it's going to cost you water.
Yeah, but then it's going to cost you 2 water if you want to take another build action.
That's true.
So.
Okay.
And going first is nice, but I'm just going to pay 1 right now. So
right.
I'm going to do that. You can keep the player 1. I don't care. And I'm going to build that 2 warp space, that power plant that lets you move 2. So that's going to, because I use my engineer, it's only going to cost me 1 titanium, a neutronium, and a gold, and a water. And that was in my original plan anyway, so.
Okay.
That way I can warp. So I'm happy with that. Europe?
Europe.
Europe.
All right. I'm actually going to take my genius and bring him down here to my upgrade board. He's going to act in the role of an engineer because an engineer has to do this for me. And I'm going to pay I'm going to pay my. Ooh, do I want to do my neutronium? That's a tough call. No, I'm going to do one of my uranium, and that's going to boost up my exosuit battle strength +2. So now I have a starting strength of 2 +2. So now I have a starting strength of 4. So I just upgraded my suit with uranium.
Great. And I think I need some resources. So I'm going to take my free action over here, which is to send out my empty exosuit robot guy as a scientist.
All right,
and I'll take that last slot where I can get...
You get the free titanium.
Yeah, why isn't there a...
Gold?
A uranium on that top one.
There is. You just can't see it.
Oh, I can't see it. It's hidden.
Yeah. What would you like?
Yeah, no, I'll take the titanium. That's fine. And I'll take the uranium.
All right. There you go. Now I had done.
Really?
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Yeah, so I've got a scientist in my final exosuit. I'm going to go out and leave the safety of our capital, and I'm going to go into the outback.
Nice.
An adventure on the first era of the game already. I'm not wasting any time. So I could pay either 1 or 2 water, depending on the difficulty I want. But this early, I'm not strong enough to handle a 10+ adventure, so I'm going to do the 5+. So I don't have any sensor upgrades, so I'm going to have to just take and deal with the first card. And what do we have? So our first adventure is a Passage of the 5 Beasts. So it's a 7 strength. If I succeed, I get to, if you're maxed out, I get +4.
That's great.
That's incredible.
That's really good.
And if I fail, I lose 1 immediately, but I get 2 victory points. So either way, I get something out of it. So remember, my exosuit has a base strength of 4, and I need to roll at least a 3 or higher. And I roll 4. So I succeed. So that is considered a successful adventure. I'll just put this off on the side of my board and keep that. So.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
That's good. There's better ones, but that one.
Yeah, but that's pretty good.
That'll help.
Well, because you know you're going to be maxing out your morale probably anyway, because you need to.
Because I have to in order to evacuate.
Yep.
So that ends my turn.
Crazy. And I think I will... I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to save these guys.
Okay.
For now.
Then I will take this scientist and go here into my water treatment plant. I will pay a gold. And I will take 6 water and a victory point, please.
Are you going to take your free action?
Nope.
You're not?
Well, that would only wake up 1 guy.
Okay.
Right now,
just asking.
Right, so the difference between my board and hers is that my motivator wake up ability is a free action. It doesn't actually cost me.
Well, this one here.
I'm sorry, this one here is a free action, where hers actually requires a worker. So I could just take this as a free action and pay my water, and that'll wake everybody up. But right now I only have 1 sleeping worker, so it's not beneficial to me to do that now.
Yeah.
So you've passed. I could go again. I don't have any more workers, and there are no free actions I really want to take. So at this point, that ends the action round, and we move into cleanup. So the first thing we do is retrieve all of our workers back, and this is where we have to kind of keep in mind whether or not you have this little eyeball symbol. So because they come back awake, and those who don't have that actually come back tired.
Yeah. So these guys are coming back sleepy.
So he's tired. You get an empty mech back with nobody. This engineer who mines always come back awake because they love the mine.
They do.
He's tired. He's tired.
Actually, I think they might be the only ones that come back awake on the board.
I think so. I think you're right.
Everybody else, must not really.
Oh, you know what I also forgot to do? When you adventure, if you're the first to adventure, you actually you put your token up here and you get a bonus. So the first one gets a +2 bonus. So I would have actually had a 6 going into that combat.
Yeah, you're right.
But it wouldn't have made a difference. Had I lost it and then just realized that, I would have made that correction. But either way, it ended up the same. So we got to remember to do that. And I think that should be everybody, right?
Yep.
All right, so everybody's pulled back. The second part of cleanup is check for impact. We're not at the impact yet, so it doesn't happen. Check for endgame. There's 2 endgame triggers here. One is if we've just finished the 7th era, that would end the game. And 2 is once the cataclysm occurs, we are going to put blockers on these 6 spaces that that denote that it can be used once. And once they're used once, they're blocked off. They've collapsed. Once all 6 have collapsed, if that happens, that also triggers endgame. We've noticed it typically happens around the 7th phase in a two-player game, so it kind of works out anyway. But in any case, there's not endgame. So now we move to the next era. All of our focus tokens on the era track move to the current era, which will be the next era.
And if you're playing this at home, you can probably spread things out a little bit and actually move these like below if you want to or something, but we just don't have room. So. Right.
So this is where if you had focused on a previous era, all of your tokens would now move to the current era. And it's the only way to get them back to the current era. So now we have the opportunity to start closing some of these warps that we put out there.
Yes, exactly.
Which is good. So that's it. And next thing we do is move into prep, and we are in era 2. Okay, so round 2, preparation. First thing I like to do is pull everything out. First thing I want to do, hold on.
First thing you want to do
is so we're in cleanup. No, I don't, because
What?
I was thinking of my last leader. I've changed leaders.
Your last leader.
Yeah, my last leader at the cleanup phase, I was able to take a resource or pay some water and take 2 resources, but I don't have that leader anymore. So
you don't.
Forget it. Never mind.
I'm going to take one.
That was such a nice skill.
You always forgot to do it though. So.
Yeah, I did. All right, so we are going to repopulate both the mine and the workers. So I'm going to just take the next card.
Mind and the workers.
Mind your workers.
We're going to have some mind workers this time. We have 2 grains coming out.
Oh, good.
And you love your geniuses.
The geniuses are awesome. They can do everything.
Okay.
All right, so we've done that. I'm going to, so you have to flip the new super project. I will cycle the buildings. So now we've got some.
It's the Karma Chameleon.
Nice.
It's Quantum Chameleon.
The Quantum Chameleon. All right, so that is it for prep. So now we have some more super projects. If we ever want to build prior era super projects, we have to focus that era. And you focus it through your power plant. So we now move into paradox. So we're actually going to do a paradox phase. So what you do is you look back and you start at the earliest era and you count up the amount of warp tiles for each player on that era, and the player with the most warp tiles has to roll the paradox die. The paradox die is going to show me how many paradoxes I've created in this era with my riffs. So I've got 1. So I take 1 paradox token, put it on my player board. If I ever get to 3, I stop rolling for them and I take an anomaly. So I'm okay now. I've got some wiggle room here.
Okay.
So that's paradox. Next is power up. We're going to decide how many suits we want to power up this round. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3 for free, and 2 more.
2 more.
5 power suits.
You got a lot of stuff to do this round.
So here's 2 to pay for the 2 extras, and I can only do it on this phase. I'm gonna convert 4 of my water to 2 more cores, if you will.
Okay, you can do 4 of them.
I can do it as many times as I want.
Really? Okay. So you get 1 back.
1 back and 2 cores.
There you go.
You know what? Here's 2 more. I'll take another core. I just want so many cores.
You want
well, I'm saving up for post Cataclysm because it's going to get tight. All right, so that's the end of the third part of phase 3, which is power up, and now we're going to go and decide if we want to warp any materials in from the future.
From the future.
All right, here we go. 1 back.
Yep.
Drop.
Whoa, we're going for the same thing.
Both going for the gold.
Going for the gold.
Here you go.
Okay.
Get us our gold. So calling in gold from the future.
Thank you. Future gold.
Future gold. The future is gold. All right, so that was our warp. Now we are ready to take our action. So I'm the first player. What do I want to do right off the bat? I think I'm going to go ahead and buy a building first and foremost. So I will put out one of my engineers and build at a 1 discount a warp power plant.
Okay.
This is a good one. So it's going to cost me 1 neutronium, 1 titanium, and 1 water. So here's the water. And this is now built.
Okay, and what do we reveal?
We revealed another 3, 3 era warp tile, but you get to discard one of your warp tiles from the board.
Nice.
The only issue with this, it sounds good.
It does, but then you don't get to move up the time travel track.
It's only when you've got a ton out there, and it kind of gives you like a free resource almost.
And at the end of the game, you will have an opportunity to pay those back.
Yes.
So as long as you have the resources, you will be able to make up for those. And if you don't, you'll think you only lose like 2 points.
2 points. So it's not terrible to leave these.
It's not like the worst.
Open warp rifts.
Yeah.
Which sounds bad, but.
Yeah. I mean, it does stink if you have a bunch. If you're like the max player on all these eras, then you're rolling anomalies all the time, and that can be an issue. But all right. Anyway. Okay. So I'm going to send my administrator out here. And he's going to do some trading with the nomads. No matter what.
No matter what. Really?
All right, so the advantage to bringing your administrator is that he can actually do this action twice.
He can.
So I'm going to trade these 2 resources, so a titanium and uranium for neutronium. Okay. And grab me 2, because I'm also going to pay a power core right here and trade for that other neutronium.
That sounds good.
Okay, your turn.
All right, I am going to use my scientist to pay 1 gold and create 6 water and a victory point.
Okay.
But I'm only going to take 2 water back because it's going to cost me 4 to motivate my people back.
Okay.
So I also get a victory. You gave me a victory point, right?
Yes, I did.
Just want to make sure I'm not getting cheated here. All right, so I get to take a free action though, and that's what I used my additional 4 that I would have gotten back to push my morale up and wake my people up with water.
Okay.
So they're all happy and ready to work again.
All right, good.
So that's my turn.
Okay. All right. I'm going to send this guy. No, I guess I don't need to. Actually, okay. I'm going to put my scientist here. So I'm going to use my onboard slot and pay my neutronium and get 8 water.
You're so happy now that you have water income.
I do. I didn't have any water income last game, and
it was
so tight.
Bueno.
Not good.
I'm going to send my admin to recruit.
Okay.
And he's going to take a genius. And with that, I will take a core. Please.
With a core.
Yeah, because he gets to choose any of the bonuses because he's a genius.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
My
Your turn.
I will take my. I guess I have to take my other scientist. I'm going to put him down here. And I'm going to bump morale. So I'm going to bump this up. Pay 5. Because that's an action for me, which just kind of stinks.
Yeah, that does stink, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's okay. There we go.
You just moved your.
Oh, I did. I moved him right up there, didn't I?
Get out of here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take a genius, and the genius is going to act in an admin role and go trade with the nomads.
Okay.
And I get 2 trade actions, so I'm going to trade 2 cores for 2 neutronium.
Okay. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna send my admin out. Yeah. Pay a water.
Oh, you're getting a genus.
And I'm getting a genus.
And what bonus are you taking with that?
I don't know. I think I will take. I'm gonna take the core.
The core.
Okay.
I am going to take an engineer, and I'm going to take the second building action for a water. And I'm going to build this power plant. So it's going to cost me neutronium, 1 titanium from the discount, and 2 water.
Good.
All right, that's it for that guy.
Okay. I am trying to look what other buildings we have out there right now. Okay. I'm going to use my genius here as a scientist in my warp tile. So I'll illustrate how this works.
Oh, good.
So she is going to hear.
1 sec, real
I'm
quick.
sorry, what?
Before, I get a one-time removal of a warp tile. It's optional. You don't have to do it. But I want to. I want to take
Okay.
back that admin tile, if you will, from
Yeah.
error 1.
Right, there you go.
I want to keep the worker.
Yeah. All right, cool. So how this works, I put her in the power plant, I guess, and she's gonna warp back. She's gonna take this, I'm gonna switch my focus. So I'm focusing back to this era where I have some stuff I need to go transport back to the past. Give you that neutronium, and I have delivered myself neutronium in the past era.
And you score for warping.
And I do. So I time traveled successfully, so I get to go up 1.
Correct. Very good. I will use my scientist and follow suit. So I'm going to look back 1. So if you focus me on that error, please.
Focus on
I
me.
will also pay neutronium to retrieve that warp.
Okay.
And I go up a point. Okay.
Great. And I will go and use my free exosuit scientist robot
Your AI.
thing. I love my minis. They're like, I'm gonna send him to the mines, and you can put him. Yeah, just put him right at the top, I guess. I'll take that uranium, and I'll take I guess I'll take a titanium. Yeah, that works. Okay.
Okay. And I will. What do I wish to do?
You have so many mechs.
I do. I have so many choices here.
Your mechs have like lobster claws or something, or
Well,
like
they're like,
what are those?
they're almost like squid snails.
They're like octopus beetles
Octopi?
or something. Octopodi.
Octopodi.
I think that's the plural form of octopus.
I'm sure it is. I am going to go onto the board, but I don't know necessarily what I want to do, but I guess I'm just going to send my engineer to the mines, because I'll take the gold and I'll take some titanium. Could always use it. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to bring my engineer over here. And mine, I can use any worker in mine. Doesn't have to be an engineer, just so happens to be an engineer. And I will fill this up with maybe my uranium I just got. Put that there. So
All right.
I have a power of 3 now.
All right, I'm going to follow suit.
Why are you always following my suit?
I don't know, because you have very nice suits. I'm going to take this uranium and put it here, and now I've bumped it up another 2.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
I am going to pass. I can't do anything else.
All right, and I will pass as well.
Okay.
So that ends era 2. So let's go into cleanup, and we'll pull all workers back. So awake, asleep, asleep. He comes back awake from the mines. Here's your mech.
Thank you.
These both are asleep.
And since this is a genius, but she worked as a scientist, so she's going to come back awake.
All right.
And this scientist is not in a row that wakes up, so she's going to come back asleep. Yeah, we'll come back asleep.
And take all of your free action
And she'll come back.
nodes out as well. I have nothing else on my cards. The hardest part is spotting
Yeah,
these
it's
little
like-
dudes on the board.
Well, because everything matches so well
Yeah, they
that it just
blend.
blends right in.
All right, so check for impact, no impact, no game end, next era. So slot us up. So now we actually jump to.
Yep, so we're going to jump to this era.
Yep. And the way to track what era it is by the super projects.
Right, exactly.
Not by the timeline, because it will get confusing. But we are now entering the 3rd era, so we can jump into prep. All right, I'll handle the mines.
Okay.
You can be HR.
Oh, there we go. HR. So many admins. All right.
Some neutronium, yes. I will cycle the buildings again.
Okay, what do we have?
So we have
3.
3. We have 1 water for 2 uranium. Oh, 7 water. And he dies. Wow.
And he dies. Oh,
That's,
no.
wow, the sacrifice.
Kilowatt.
Kilowatt.
Kiloworker.
Worker for water. That's...
There you go. If you have a lot of anomalies, you can get that one.
Well, they're actually, what that does is, if you have a lot of anomalies, it makes them worth 2, but even though they're
So
minus
it's like
3.
-1.
Minus
It
1.
mitigates their effect.
Yeah, so if you don't have any chance of getting rid of them, but I don't really go crazy like that. I guess if you want to really score a lot of points, you
Yeah.
have a ton of those out there. All right, so that was prep. Now we'll go into paradox. So start with the furthest warp back.
Yep, so we're here.
We're tied.
Since we're tied, we both roll.
Yep,
So
so you go
can
ahead.
roll. Okay.
You can lead us off on the rolls. Get that 2 out of the way. That's a 1.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. There you go.
And now we'll roll. Oh,
There
that's
you
bad.
go.
So that would put 2 more in here, which would give me my 3. So I stop rolling, and I immediately have to take an anomaly. So they're all the same. I just take the top one off the stack, and I can put it in any one of these rows. And I think for now I'm going to throw it down here because I usually don't build the labs,
Yeah.
at least not early on. So
Well, we already have an ant lab.
we do have an ant lab. All right, so that was paradox, and that's already I'm getting hit by it. Power up. So let's go ahead and think about
Powering up some suits.
mech power ups. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Here's 2 cores.
Okay, and I'll pay 1 core. Okay.
I'm bringing 5 exosuits to bear again.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so that was power up. I don't have any water to trade for cores, so can't do it this round. All right, let's warp in some stuff.
Okay. Oh, I always shuffle them.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Okay, 1 back. And
Ooh, we both warped in 2 things. You warped in a suit?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I warped in a powered up suit.
All right, I warped in a neutronium and a titanium.
And 2 water, please.
We're warping
So
all
this
kinds of
suit
stuff.
comes in powered up.
Hold on a
Ready to
sec.
work. All 6 going this time.
Holy moly. All right.
You messed
hold
up
on.
your paradox.
I know. Hold on.
They don't
this
all
is-
have to be facing up.
Yeah. You not know who you're talking to. All right. Okay. All right, so you're gonna get 2 water,
I am.
and you've got your suit. I'm gonna get a titanium, neutronium, thank you, and I need my water income
Yeah, you didn't take it.
that I didn't take. You
Of
see
2.
how I forget about that?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay, and we need to flip the super project.
Yes, we
didn't
do.
That, so
What is it?
the Neutronium Research
Oh,
Center.
that's a good one.
Yeah. So
That's a pretty good one. Okay.
that's good. Okay.
That gives you 2 research actions just for building that.
Yeah.
Earning. All right. So we did warp. Now we are on action round. And I'm going to jump right in. I already know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to the mines. And I'm going to get my free titanium and grab the
Yeah,
neutronium.
I figured you were gonna do that.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna take my engineer. And I'm going building here.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna take that 2 victory point building with the water droplet on it and the 2 uranium.
This one?
Yes, that
All
one.
right. So you want the
For
factory.
gold and
1
a
titanium. Okay.
It's gonna go there. Okay.
Oh, that's a good one too. Create cores with 2.
Create cores. You have to use an engineer though.
That's okay.
Yeah. That's okay.
I'm okay with that actually. Yeah. So my next action is pretty much going to have to be this: pay a gold to get 6 water and a victory point, please.
Okay.
But I'm going to take my free action at the same time, so I'm only going to get 1 water.
Okay.
because I have to pay 5 to wake everybody up with my free action.
Okay.
And you can go. Everybody needs to get up.
Everybody get up.
What to do, what to do. Mm-hmm. I'm running out of cores here. This is bad.
Okay. I'm going to take my genius, put her here, and pay 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wake everybody up.
All right.
Everybody up.
That's it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to send one of my engineers out to the recruitment pool. Mm-hmm. They just can't recruit geniuses, but I'm not going to. I'm going to recruit another engineer. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get a core for that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Whew.
Okay, I'm going to send my... Well, we'll do it this way. Oop. Send that guy to the mine. Mm-hmm. And you can put him in... It doesn't matter, either one of those. I guess
well, which one do you want?
Yeah, the top one, I guess. And I'll take... Oh, wait. What do I want?
You want the gold or the uranium?
I want the gold.
All right.
And I'll take a gold and a titanium. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so I will... I'm going to send a scientist to the research facility.
Okay.
And I'll lock one of these down. I'll go with the microprocessor. And I'll roll the shape die, and I get a circle.
Okay.
So circle microprocessor.
That's right
on top. There's my breakthrough.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. I will send my engineer out. Oh, no, I won't. Not yet. I'm going to send one of my scientists out, actually. Out here. And I'm going to get 4 water, so the scientist actually gets +1 water here.
Oh, wow.
So it's cool.
It is cool.
That's cool.
That's cool. All right, so I'm going to do this with an NG. I'm going to send them into the building again. An NG. There is 1 water for the second slot, but I'm going to build this water facility.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to do that.
It's like 1 water.
Yeah, I'm going to build this one.
Okay.
So it's going to cost me 1 titanium and 1 water to build.
That's like a dire needs water facility.
I am in dire need of water.
Literally. Alright. Now I'm going to send my engineer out. And I will... No, let me go here. Did I move this up when I
don't
woke
think you
up my
did.
guys?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
I don't think you did.
Yeah. Alright. Send him up there. So I'm going to pay 1 water to take this action. And I'm going to build that 3 time warp power plant.
This
Right
one?
there? Yeah. So I'm going to pay a neutronium, 1 titanium, 1 gold, and 2 water.
Wow,
So
that's expensive.
Yeah, I know. Those they get so expensive though.
All right. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and... Do I want to do that? I could do that now, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm going to send one of my geniuses over to... yeah, I'll send my admin. He's got nothing better to do. He's gonna go adventure.
Okay.
For 1 water. And I get 1 card. And what are we gonna do? So cargo ship wreckage. So it's strength of 9 though.
Wow.
Holy crapey. Sorry, so I get +2. And my things were 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So I need to roll a 1.
Alright, yeah.
That's not
It's like-
bad. I'm killing it.
There
I rolled
you
a
go.
1. So I defeated it, but I get 1 of each resource plus a victory point,
Cool.
which is not a bad haul. Two successful missions. Nice.
That's good.
Yep. And your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna send maybe like, I'm gonna send an admin over here and beef up my suit a little bit. Some titanium. Give him some titanium plates or something.
All right.
Your turn.
I'm going to send a genius over to the water treatment plant and get, as a scientist, and get 4 water, please.
Okay. Do you want?
I don't have any water, which is why I'm going to the water treatment plant.
There's 3.
All right.
There's 4.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like killing a worker this round for
Yeah.
my 7.
No, I know.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna send my scientist over here and pay water. And use my research that I found
Yep.
and put that here on his sensor. So now if I go exploring, I can draft 2 cards
Go ahead
in.
and take 2 victory points for that. We'll score them now.
Okay, yeah, as we go.
Yeah, that we don't have to worry about at the end.
Okay.
You get 2 victory points for doing that. So that's
Yeah.
our upgrade. All right, so looks like I'm out of exosuits. So I'm gonna have to do some board action. So I'm going to focus back 1 era with this one.
So the back one?
Yep. And I'm gonna pay gold
Okay.
to remove that warp tile
Nice.
and score a point.
Okay.
Or 2 points. Your turn.
I'm going to pass.
You're passing?
I'm passing.
All right, I'm going to use my final. I don't want to use him on that because you have to die.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that lie. Just a bit. Not really worth it to me, so I'll probably just go and upgrade my exosuit again, and I'm gonna put the neutronium to give me a +4 damage
Okay.
on there.
That's
So
good.
this thing is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Your
10.
suit gets so powerful.
10
It
base.
doesn't.
Yes.
Well, I guess it does, just in a different way.
Your turn. You passed
Alright,
already?
I passed.
Okay, so then I
You
pass.
can
as well.
pass, by the way, and then jump back in
You can?
later if you want, but
Okay.
I'm continuing to pass.
All right, until we both pass.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're done with actions. Retrieve workers.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have a lot of tired people this round.
Tired, tired.
Tired. Get all
Here's
my little
your-
chips back.
Guy from up there.
Was he from the water treatment?
Yep.
And he's tired. Miner is not tired. Tired. Jeez, why do I have so many guys on the board?
You put out, what, 6 guys?
I did, I put
You
out all
all
6.
your exosuits.
I did.
Ridiculous.
Why not do it when I can? Can't do it later. All right, so retrieve for workers, check for impact. No impact yet. No game end. Next era, so slide us all up 1. And we will get ready for era 4 preparation.
Okay.
All right, let's prep it up. Oh, that's a lot of gold this round.
Really?
Sitting on a gold mine.
I'm sitting on a genius mine over here.
Are you? Wow, there's a lot out.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, so flip the next super project.
Okay.
What do we got? And I'll cycle the
Ooh,
buildings.
a continuum stabilizer.
Ooh,
One time you can remove 3 warp tiles.
that's awesome.
That's really good.
All right, so we've got an admin and 2 water to get a scientist.
Ooh,
So that's
I
a
like
good
that
recruitment
one.
tile. Just 1 free action to get water. That's not a bad one either. Convert water into cores. So a lot of cores going on there. And that one's just pay X materials to go back X number of
Spaces and get X number of victory points.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
as if you leave them out there for a while, but that's at risk to getting a lot of anomalies. Okay, so that was prep. Let's go into paradox. So it looks like you're rolling first.
I'm rolling first and second, it looks like.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
that's one. And we both roll for this one, right?
Yep. Ooh, nice.
Did you roll 0?
A blank.
That's so cheap. It's a weighted die. All right, so I get 1 as well.
That's the same die you're using. So.
Yeah, I know. All right, so that was paradox. Power up. How many exosuits are we going to do?
I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to do 6 again. That's for sure.
I'm going to move this back. Okay.
All right.
I think I'm good.
Here's 2 of my cores. Bring out 5 suits.
5? I thought you weren't going to bring out all those.
I wasn't going to bring out 6.
You're ridiculous.
Sorry, not
I didn't
sorry.
bring this guy back. There you go. Okay.
All right, so that's power up. I could convert water to cores, but I'm not going to. I am really tight on water right now. So we're going to go ahead and jump into warp. So let's see what you want to bring in.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
ready. Go. You're bringing in 1, huh?
Yep.
There you go. I'm bringing in gold and neutronium.
Okay, I'm bringing in some uranium. Thank you.
All right. Whew. So that was warp. Now we jump into action round. What do I want to do? I don't know. Okay. I think I'm going to jump right in and start building things. So I'm going to go right here with my engineer. So I get a discount of 1, and I'm going to buy this building.
Okay.
This will be my final water building, or life support building. So I'm going to pay 1 uranium, 1 titanium, 1 gold, and 2 water.
Wow.
Yeah, very expensive, but it will pay off in the end. Okay.
I'm going to use my thing.
Your thing?
My special ability. I'm going to send this guy out as a scientist to the mines. And I will take the last spot with the titanium, and I'll take a gold, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Your turn.
All right, so Ooh. All right, I'm going to use my scientist here to pay 1 gold to get a victory point and 6 water, but I'll just take 1 water because I'll use 5 of that to use my free action and wake everybody up. Go up a victory point and bring everybody over.
Up a point.
Up a point.
Okay. All right, I'm actually gonna force my guys awake this time because I don't have the water to pay right now. So everybody's waking up. I don't mind doing that as much when like all my people are asleep. You know what I mean? But anyway, all right, so that's free. And then for my action, I'm gonna send my engineer out, and I am going to mine again.
Which slot?
And I would like it doesn't really matter. I'll just take the top slot, but I'll take one of those and I'll take a gold.
Another gold. You're really going for the gold.
Actually, put this back. Put me in the second slot and just give me that second gold too. I just want all the gold.
Why?
Cool.
Okay.
It like stacked on top of each other. Okay.
I will send my admin out to go and recruit a genius, and I'll take 2 water, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna send my engineer. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about the stuff I still have to do. Alright. I'm gonna send him here.
Okay.
And he's gonna build me that building with it's the lab with the 2 water, and I can get some workers, yeah.
Alright, so it's going to cost you a water for going there.
Well, it's gonna cost 2 waters to go there. Oh,
No.
you mean for going to that spot?
Yeah.
And that's gonna cost me that, and a water to build. Right, so that's gonna go down here.
Alright. Interesting.
Really?
Well, look, it's like you get additional 2 spaces you can go back.
Yeah, that's cool.
It like boosts your power plants.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Oh boy, you haven't left me with much choice here. So I'll send an engineer here, take this uranium, and I guess I'll take an additional. Do I want an additional uranium? I don't think so. I think I want a gold.
Go for the gold.
I'm going for gold. All right.
Okay. I am going to That's so tricky. All right, I'm gonna start cleaning some stuff up. So I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
I'm gonna set my focus back here. I'm gonna pay this gold. Take this back
Okay.
and bump myself up 1. Your turn.
I'm gonna send him as an engineer. I might as well just send an actual engineer over to upgrade my suit one more time. Your turn.
Okay. And I'm going to go here. Send him into the nomad land. And I'm going to trade for a neutronium with one of those. And maybe I'll trade for another neutronium too.
Okay.
Because he's an admin, he can do it twice.
You can do it twice. All right, I'm gonna go with a genius and venture into the borderlands.
Let's go the adventures.
Into the Badlands.
Into the Badlands.
So here's 2 water. I'm gonna go for a 10 strength.
Okay.
Maximum
I haven't been able to like up my suit enough to even try to do that
So
right now.
I get a bonus of 2. My suit value is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus 2 is 14.
That's great. Okay. Let's see what you can do.
14. Wow. Okay. And I need a 12.
Okay.
So that's an auto win.
Nice.
Basically, I don't even have to roll. So this is an abandoned factory, and I get a building.
You get a factory building.
Basically, I found a factory, and I get to take one. So I'll probably go with this one that allows me to trade 2 resources for 2 cores, and that's going to be built right here.
Cool.
Awesome.
Good job.
That was great.
That's wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna take my I take my scientist. Science here. And I'm going to travel again back in time. So I'm going to refocus back to the current era and then focus back to the era I want to jump to, which is here. And I'm going to pay this neutronium.
Well, I don't think you can refocus. I think it just stays as long as
thematically, for me, I have to do that because it doesn't make sense.
Well, because what I think it is you're focused, and that's the only era you can interact with.
This is the only era you can interact with until you like move back and then refocus. Because otherwise, there's no way to assess your level. You know what I mean? Because like if this was only a 1, or if this was only like let's say, I don't know, like let's say this was a 1, but I needed to go like here and I had a 3 thing. Like it's not 1 within wherever you're currently focused.
No, it's always going to be 1 from here.
So since it's always from here, I feel like you should kind of mentally have to think about it from here. So I move it back. That's the reason I do that. Just in my mind, it just works. So that was my move.
That was your move?
Yeah, I just did that.
Okay.
And I get to bump up 1.
All right, so I'm going to focus back to that same era. And I'm going to pay a powered up mech suit.
Nice.
To bring back this.
Okay.
And go up. Your turn.
I'm going to go use my genius and go here and pay a neutronium and get 8 water.
Wow. That's crazy.
You get like 6 water on your turns.
You get 6 water.
You get 6 water.
Oh.
So weird. Okay.
So I'm going to send her here, pay uranium, and get 6 water and a victory point, please.
See?
Oh. Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Neat.
And a point.
The point is.
That's the point.
Okay. And I'm going to go here, pay 2 water, my new building, and hire a scientist from the pool.
Nice.
In my wake up column. Okay.
That's good.
Your turn.
I should have bought that one.
Well, you didn't. So.
I know. All right, I'm going to send my other genius back, focus that same era to pay 2 water to pull back my water tile.
Why is this sad?
Because I had to pay water. Boom.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
All right. And then I'm going to use my scientist over here and up my suit.
All right. And I, for my final move, I think, am going to send my engineer here. He's going to have to pay 1 neutronium and 2 water and his life.
His life.
To close this anomaly. So he goes back to the pool. No, just take him. And I'll bring this back here. So that's it. Anomaly closed. Your turn.
I pass.
All right, and I pass as well. That ends the 4th era.
I'm not ready for the cataclysm.
Well, I don't think anybody is. So let's pull everybody back.
Okay.
So these guys come back awake. These guys are asleep.
These both come back awake. And he comes back awake. She does not come back awake.
Pull this back. Sleep.
And
awake. Sleep. Asleep.
And they both come back.
All right, so that's everybody off the board. This comes back. Got all my tokens back.
Okay.
And we are ready to progress, I think. All right, so check for impact. So, yes, we are impacting because
we are impacted.
So this happens now. So basically the other side of the card tells you what to do on the impact phase. So first thing we do is flip over the evacuation board. So now our capital is burning.
It is.
Yeah, you mind putting that 3 on the 2 spot? Okay. So that is the evacuation action, and any of us can take it. It's unlimited amount of worker spaces. It can be taken by any worker. First one to do it doesn't get penalized. Second one to do it loses 3 points. And that is as long as you meet your evacuation criteria, and mine is to have my morale maxed, and yours is to have 8 water, right? So neither of us are quite there, but we're both very close. Once you take that action, you score all the points, and then you're good. And then we just have to wait for end game conditions at that point. Next is we each have to cover up. Well, we'll go in order. So the next phase is to cover every one of these available slots with their respective tiles, and they go on the other side because there are bonuses, one-time bonuses.
They're kind of like last-ditch efforts to save our cities, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Before
ultimate doom.
Before our impending doom, and now we each are going to receive 2 block tokens on 2 of our power-up hexes.
Yep.
So these are no longer available for hex suits. So now you can only put out a maximum of 4. And always, in the mining phase, the first slot post-cataclysm is always going to be neutronium. So that's why there's an abundance of neutronium. I
think the neutronium's thematically also what creates the time rifts and the ability to time travel.
Right, and it's the resource that came in with that meteorite.
Yes, I believe, right? I don't know that it was ever like specified.
I think it does. Actually, in the story when you read it.
Okay, I've read the story. I remember it just being some weird event, cataclysm. I don't know.
So that's that. Now we move to the next era. So we're actually up in the era above the cataclysm now.
Okay.
Post-cataclysmic event. So we can jump into preparation and start off the 5th era. And I actually left my worker on my board.
Did you?
I did. All right, so where are we? Prep. Refill the mine. So I will repopulate the mine.
Okay. Ooh, there you go. Pretty much anybody you want, you can have this time.
All right. I will flip the next super project. We have a synthetic endorphins. Also, no death and no victory point loss.
That's good.
Wow.
So how does that work?
I'll have to look that up because that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that one before.
No, this is a new one for us. Okay.
Because you still have to move your morale back, I'd assume.
Like these, I would think so.
But.
Oh my, some good things happening here.
Okay.
All right. Look at that. You can, with the scientists, they can remove one of your paradoxes. That's nice. All right, so that's prep. Let's go ahead and roll for paradox. So it looks like you're rolling first.
Okay. 1.
All right. And
you are rolling second.
I get to roll this one. Yay. 0.
Nice. Good job.
Sweet.
Good roll.
That's it for paradox, and let's talk about power-ups now. All right. So we only get 1 for free this time. I'm going to bring out 3.
I'm going to bring out 2, and I've got to pay my last resource to bring out second dude.
I need to pay 2 cores, but I can convert 4 water into 2 cores, so I'll do that now. Get 1 back.
And I'm not even giving you the cores.
Nope, don't need them. All right, so next thing is warp. Let's see, we're going to warp in. All right, ready? Go. Oh, you're doing a mech too.
Yeah.
What?
You know it.
And you're getting water, huh?
Yeah.
So I got uranium and a powered up mech suit. Very excited about that. So bring in a powered up mech.
Yes.
I got my uranium.
Okay.
We are now ready to action round 1. All right, so I'm gonna start by playing not a scientist, an engineer. And he's gonna go and he's gonna recruit. The only thing he can't recruit is a genius, right? And I get a +1 recruit bonus here, so I can do it twice. So I'm gonna recruit a scientist and an engineer. I'm gonna get 2 water and a core.
Okay. You could recruit twice, or it's just twice the bonus?
The bonuses get the recruit action again.
Oh, okay.
So I recruited once and then recruited again.
All right. Okay.
All right. And just to go over these bonuses really quick, so everybody understands, this one is if you use the build action here to build a super project, you get +2 victory points at the time you build it. Here's if you build a building, depending on which slot you build it in, you get 1, 2, or 3 victory points. If you recruit using this, you get to raise your morale 1. If you do research here, you get 2 victory points. If you do research here, you actually get to remove 2 of these paradigms. Paradoxes.
The paradigms.
Paradigm.
Okay. I'm going mining. And I am going to take
All right.
that spot. And I want that titanium.
And then what else?
And I want that neutronium.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. All right. What do I want to do here? This is scary. I think I'm going to go ahead and send a scientist to do some research.
Okay.
And I'm going to do this one to get rid of
Why are you taking up all those spots?
my paradigm.
Are you trying to end the game?
No, I want to do things.
Just curious.
I'm just doing things. I'm going to roll the dice. So I'll probably go for maybe... I want to stay with a circle. Don't want a different shape here. Maybe I'll go with a triangle this time. Triangle bullseye. That's what I get.
Okay.
Do you mind fishing a triangle bullseye out of there?
Ah, there you go.
Good job. All right. Triangle bullseye. Breakthrough.
Okay. Darn it. I don't have enough stuff. I need more stuff. Can you give me more stuff?
Nope.
All right, I'm gonna send this guy, I guess. No, I'm send my scientists out. Here. And I'm going to trade 3 water. I think. Actually, that's kind of silly. I'm not going to do that. It's not really worth it. Come back, scientist. I'm actually going to pay 5 water for my free action. Oh, that's not a free action for me.
Oh.
Darn it. I don't want to do that. Ugh. Okay. Alright. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna send this guy here. I'll put this guy back on my thing. I'm gonna send this guy here and pay 2 water. And recruit an engineer to wake up.
All right. I'm going to send a scientist to do research.
Why are you taking all this
I'm
out?
going to get 2 victory points.
I think you're trying to end it, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're such a liar.
I have a strategy.
You
here.
are such a liar.
I'm going to roll, I'm going to lock in the square, and I'm going to roll this. and I get a
Like-
question mark. So I'll take a square with
The patchwork on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. For all that me not taking that tile last time. Like, really shouldn't have taken that tile. And now you're like all about getting it.
All
So
right.
crazy.
Did you get my 2 victory points?
No, I didn't.
Oh. Here, just give me a 5, if you will.
There you go.
Here's 3.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna send this guy out here. And he's gonna take, well, I guess I'll send him up there. Whoops. Can you fix that?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to send an engineer to the mines to take a gold and a titanium.
I'm gonna send this guy here. And I'll take this over there. Return.
My turn. I'm going to send her to this to pay a uranium. You get 6 water and a victory point.
I think that tile's overly powerful. Because you get it every time. And you just like rake in victory points. There's no other tile that does that. Just so you know, it's very cheap.
I want to wake my people up. With my free action, payers 5 water.
Okay.
And now they are at the tippy top.
All right.
And they're all awake. I can do some other stuff.
All right. I'm gonna send this guy out as a empty robot guy.
Empty robot.
And I'm
guy.
gonna go out there and I'll pay
going
2
here?
water. Yep. And I'm gonna do one of those 10s. Grab me 2 cards, please.
All right,
So I
so
get to draft.
I will put this here so you get +2. So
Yeah.
what's your battle strength?
I have a 12, so I have a 14 with that
Oh,
too.
you're that high?
I am.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, well, there you go. So we have asteroid debris, where I get 1 of every kind of resource plus a victory point. That's a 15. Or adrenaline shots, I get to go on 2 adventures.
adventures. Oh, let's try that one.
So last time we played this, I got this card and I needed a 1.
No, you needed a 3.
I needed a 3.
And you rolled a 1.
Oh, but this time I have all the points,
You have
right?
enough, yeah,
I have
let's do
strength
that.
anyway. So I'm gonna take adrenaline shots.
Okay, so
So I'll go on 2 more adventures.
what is your battle score? You've got
I have
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, so there's a 14. I
You
didn't
auto
have
pass
12.
that, so you succeed. You get 3 water,
I get 3 water.
and you get to go
and
on
I
2
get to
more
go on
adventures.
2 adventures.
So we'll do the first one first, one at a time. So that goes in your off to the side. You collect those, yeah.
That's right.
So you get to choose between these 2. This will be your first of 2.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow, these are good.
Cores are gold. Ancient Temple Ruins gives me 4 gold and 2 victory points.
Mm-hmm.
Or I kill a worker and I move up on the morale track. That's actually not bad. And Secret Military Facilities is 16. It gives me 3 energy cores.
Yeah.
But
You would need to roll
and 3
2.
points. I need to roll a 2. I'm just gonna go for the Ancient Temple Ruins
Okay.
because I can use those resources as cores if I need them.
4 gold and 2.
I auto pass that, so I'll take 4
And 2 victory points.
and 2 victory points.
So that goes in your
I'd love to
success.
bump my morale too.
Well, and they can't get it all.
Alright, so that
And you
goes
get your
there.
final 2 choices.
Alright. So the Rogue AI, I get 2 research actions and I get to set the face.
So you basically get to take 2.
So you just basically take 2 research tiles
Yep.
that I want for 14. Or
12 gets rid of, what is that? An anomaly?
an anomaly. Is that gets rid of it, I guess?
Oh, no. That's gain one of these buildings, a lab. You get a free
Oh,
lab.
I get a free lab.
Oh, that's actually pretty
I'm taking
cool.
the lab.
You want the lab?
Yeah, I want the
All
lab.
right, so
Yeah.
that goes to the bottom. You get, I'm assuming you want this one. That lets you remove a paradox,
A paradox?
or do you want one that
Yeah.
boosts your strength?
No, I'd rather want the one with the paradox. That's
All right,
good.
so it's a free lab.
So that goes
Wow,
there.
you made out pretty good on that.
Sweet.
That was
I'm so glad I got to do that. Last time, what did I need to roll? 2?
a 3, and you rolled a 1.
3? I rolled a 1. Like, I could have rolled anything
You're
else.
so mad. She was so.
I was like, the table was about to get flipped.
I thought
It
there was.
horrible.
I thought there was table flipping
All right.
about to happen.
Okay, your turn. That was a good exploration I did.
Tell me about it. No, really, tell me about it.
You can take that back.
I can take that back. Take that.
Take that.
All right, so what do I... Oh, man, this is not good. Yeah. So I have a few options here, and I'm not really liking my options, to be quite honest. But I think I'm going to have to make this sacrifice. So I'm going to put him here and pay 2 resources. So I'll pay a gold and a titanium to get 2 cores, please.
Okay.
That's my action. Your turn.
I am... trying to think if it's worth paying all this water. All my guys are like already out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stinks. But all right, I'm just gonna take the hit on this one. Move that down. Well, 1. No, you know what? I'll pay it. I'm gonna put her here. I'll take the action, move this up, pay the 5, and wake everybody else up. You're up.
Okay. I'm going to pass.
Okay. I am going to go here and turn my focus back to here. Return that. Oops, that comes to me. This goes to you. And bump up. And then, are you
I pass.
passing? And I will go. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have used her. Damn it, can I take that back?
Sorry.
I can't?
Not sorry. All right, I'll let you. Why? I mean, what's the...
Well, because I was going to go here
Put
and
your
use
genius
that.
there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Genius can be anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
And everybody.
Anyone. Alright, so I'll put my engineer up here then. He won't get to wake up, you know,
Right.
awake, but... And turn my focus back here. Take care of this guy. Put that back. And then Genius will go down here and take care of one of these
Okay.
things. And this guy will go here. Oop. And I'll pay that.
Mm-hmm.
And grab 8 water.
Okay. Next.
Oops. Okay.
You passing now?
Yeah. Can
All
do
right.
these.
Let's retrieve our workers. So he's asleep.
So it comes back
Awake.
awake.
Get all of your
Comes
tokens back.
awake.
Here's your mech.
Sleep.
He comes back awake. These guys all come back asleep. Alright, so this is now unavailable. And these 2 are unavailable.
I can't believe you took both of those. That's crazy.
I had a lot of things I want to do. Is that everybody? Yes. Okay, so let's clean up, retrieve workers, check for impact. It's already past that. No game end. Yep, we still have 2 more eras to go, and those are still open. We're gonna move on to the next era so we can do the prep phase.
Okay.
All right, let's go for preparation. So let's refill the mines and the people pool.
The people pool. We have 0 of these. One of those that can stay. 1 engineer and 2 scientists.
Okay.
Okay.
Flip over the next super project.
Refocus us both, right?
Yeah, refocus us both. We have the Archive of the Eras.
Ooh, what's that?
You get
Ooh.
+1 victory point for where you are.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll have to double check that. I don't think we've gotten that one either.
Nope.
There you go.
A lot of good ones coming up.
Cool.
All right, so we're up focus. So now we do Shift of the Buildings Dax. Some good ones out there.
Yeah.
And now we do Paradox. So it looks like I'm rolling for the 4th era. I get 1.
Okay.
And looks like we're both rolling
Yep.
for the previous era. So I get 1 more.
Okay. And I get 1 more as well.
All right. It's Paradox, so power up. How many mechs are you powering?
I do not know.
All right. So let's figure that out. All right. I'm going to power up 4 mechs.
Me too.
It would cost me all 3 of my spare cores. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a core. I'm going to convert 1 with 2 water.
Okay, and I'm just going to pay these 3 gold.
Okay, here's my water. Here's my cores.
Okay.
And here's all your gold.
Oh, my gold. My golden mechs.
All right, so mechs are up.
Okay.
We are now in the warp. What are you warping in? My goodness. Okay, ready? Let's go. More gold? You can never have enough gold.
I know.
All right, so I'm gonna get titanium. You can have your gold.
Thank you. Oh, I already had a gold. I didn't see that. Okay.
Okay, so that's it for warp, and now we go into action round. So I'll start us off with an engineer to the mines. I'm gonna go here, and I'll take gold and a neutronium.
Okay.
And you are up. Okay.
I'm like sweaty from this game. I'm gonna go to the mines too. Over
Okay.
here. Grab this one and this. Neutronium.
Okay.
You're up.
I am going to put an engineer in one of my bots, and I'm going to go build. And I'm going to build a super project.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take this one.
You have to go back in time first.
Oh, okay.
So.
Dang it. Good call. I will focus. Back 2. And I'm sending myself back 1, 2. Good call.
Are you gonna take anything with you?
While I'm here, I might as well. I'll pay the neutronium back
Okay.
and score that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was a good call.
All right. I think before I do anything else, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna send a scientist out to explore some more stuff.
You're going to go adventure again?
I'm going adventuring.
Wow. So that's going to be the 2 water one, I'm assuming?
Yes.
And you're going to get 2 cards.
And you can take one of my tokens.
So you have a base strength of 14.
All right, so.
Wow, you
that's
complete, auto-complete
nice.
both of those.
I know.
Oh my god, that worked.
Wow. Okay, so we get. So the time maker, you get to just up your warp twice.
That's huge.
That's huge. And hostile nomads is you get 6 waters. You get to trade twice. Is that? You
Yep.
get to take that action
Yep,
twice.
2 trade
2
actions.
victory points. Nope. Here, you can take that back. I'll up my time warp twice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
These are very powerful.
Yeah,
That was huge.
it's worth waiting.
Huge.
I mean, upping your suit and doing it, I guess.
It is, definitely. So Now I'll finally take my super
you
project
go.
action. So I'm going to get a discount of 1 titanium. So I have to pay 1. I have to pay 2 gold. And I don't have that circle, but I do have a square and a triangle of nondescript
Type.
science type. So I will build this, and my faction allows me to build these super projects in any space. So I'm going to put them out over here.
Okay.
Normally I'd have to put them there.
What was your bonus for that?
I get 2 victory points.
Oh, okay.
So here's 3.
Because you built the super project?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And I get to remove 3 warps from the continuum because this is a continuum stabilizer, so I'm stabilizing the continuum.
Great. That's excellent.
So I don't have to deal with that now. All right.
Deal with it.
Now you can go.
Okay. I'm gonna send Engineer Man over here. I'm gonna bump up my suit some more with some more gold for 3. All right, so he's up to a 15 base strength.
That's crazy.
Your turn.
Man, what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do? All right, I'm gonna send a genius out here to mine. So I'm gonna get this uranium for free, and I'll take a titanium.
Okay. And I guess I'll take this guy. I'll use my, oh, I already have a thing there. I didn't use that yet. I'll send this guy out as a scientist to explore.
For 2 water.
For 2 water. Hold on.
All right. You're pioneering again.
All right, so we have, oh, what's that? Build a water building
Yep.
and you get a victory point.
Yep.
Or 2 neutronium and a victory point. Huh, that's not bad. I think I'll take a water building. And you can have neutronium cave back.
Okay.
And I'm not rolling because I have a strength of 15 right now.
Yep.
And I will take the other one. That one. Yeah. Because that one lets me bump up for half.
Yep.
So that's
half
perfect.
rounded up. Nice. Cool.
Okay. You're up.
I think for my last powered suit, I'm gonna go and build as an engineer at a discount.
Okay.
It's gonna cost me 1 uranium, 1 titanium, and 1 water.
Okay.
And I will build this here.
I will build this.
So for 1 power core, I can power a suit.
For 1 power core, you can power a suit. Oh, okay.
Pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Like in the action round.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
that's
now,
cool.
like
Like
put a
he's
guy
like
here.
in your lab. He's like building a suit.
Yeah, he's got a suit
Yeah.
there and he's putting a power core in it. And he's like, we have another suit available.
Wow. Okay. Hope they're not like the silo suits.
No, they're not. They're created to fail
Created to fail.
with faulty parts.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What do I want to do with this last guy?
The last
guy. Why does no one know about that game?
Nobody should know about that game. That's why.
I kind of want to explore again.
Do it.
It's so much fun,
I would do it.
right?
It's netting you the
Nuts.
most. Like
I
you've got the
know.
strongest mech out
It's like
here.
the only thing my people are good at right now.
Keep going. It's unlimited. You can keep on exploring. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I know.
And hope for the best.
Hope for the best. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'll send my.
I would if I
out
wasn't
there.
focusing on the infrastructure of my entire empire at this point. But so 2 water
I'm
for you.
sorry, what?
2 water is going to cost you. Yeah, I'm just focused on building my infrastructure. You've got a lot more buildings, but you keep getting them for free, and that's not cool.
Don't mess with me.
Oh,
What is this? Lightning. What's lightning mean?
lightning is a
Oh, that's
power
the
plant.
power plants, right?
And remove an anomaly.
Or
Get a free superpower building.
get a free superpower. Yes.
That's the
okay.
Metropolis.
So wait. Here's the thing, though.
Oh, that
Wait a
was
minute.
Your, yeah. So you.
That was my.
This is your
like
third.
my third
So
one.
you're actually with a
I
zero
actually only have 15 right now. Well, I'm not at negative yet. I'm at 15, so I have to roll a 3 if I want to make this work.
Oh, that's so
But
worth
I
the gamble.
so want to make it work. I'm having deja vu right now.
Yeah. Maybe you should have been player 1.
This is the, like, whatever that other one was.
Well, actually, next game you'll be player 1.
I know. The table might become flipped soon.
Oh, no. I want to see table flippage, so.
Do you really?
It'd be a hell of a way to end this playthrough.
And what is
Or
divided
2
by
other
2?
buildings.
Or 2 other buildings.
2 of any other building or 1
All
super
right, well, let's-
project.
And this one lets me build just a power plant, and I get to remove an anomaly, so I'll take that way.
I would definitely.
You're so bad.
But that's the gamble. Like, that is
I
the
know.
best
You're like,
card
yeah,
in this adventure
You should
deck.
do it, and then I fail, and I'm like sad.
Best
like,
card in the
that's
adventure
just
deck.
how the game's played. What?
Best card in the adventure deck.
It really is. I know. So we have to illustrate it, right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh my god, I'm like so sweaty right now. I need to eat. Yes, that'll do it. I knocked over the whole research stack, but
it's okay.
But it's okay. It's
oh
good.
my god! Wow, that was a huge roll.
That was a pretty big
And
roll.
you would have been so mad.
I would have been so mad.
I don't know what I would have rather seen.
The board game gods were in my favor there.
They were.
Okay, cool. So
you get to pick any.
I get to pick any super project
from any timeline.
From any timeline that I want. And
Wow, that
ooh,
is
which one do I
crazy.
want?
I
Okay,
can't believe
so-
you snaked that.
rescue pods, nah. Quantum chameleon, not really going to use that. Neutronium Research Center, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because you actually get to, do you get to take the action, I'd assume, or no?
Yeah, it's as if you just built it.
So you get to do research twice, which I haven't done any, so that's kind of good. Synthetic endorphins, I don't need to move that back anymore. And what does that one do?
Archive of the Eras gets 1
You get
point
1
for
point
every.
for every advance you've made?
Yes, and you've done 6 so far, so it would be 6 extra points at the end of the game. At this stage, which is a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that Archive of the Eras.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's a free build.
And I'm going to put that, well, I can only really
You
fit
only
it
have
here.
room
God,
for
thank
one.
goodness I didn't build anything else. Jeez
Man,
Louise.
that was so cheap.
I'm sorry over that.
All right, well,
Ugh, all right.
yeah, that was, wow.
Okay, it's your turn.
I don't know what I want to do now.
Look at my
I guess-
exploring mechs out there in the
I don't
outback.
Wanna, I
They're
don't want to
like,
look at your exploring mechs in the outback.
they're like eating blooming onions.
the bloomin' onion, really? Really?
Oh, that's what I picture.
I'm going to send my admin to do one final job for me, because this is going to end his time here. And he is going to get me 7 water.
7 water?
Yeah, and that's, but he has to pay with his life, unfortunately.
Oh no, that's sad.
I just don't have the resources to convert, so he's going to take one for the team.
Okay, well.
That's
there
the
you
ultimate
go.
sacrifice for
It
the good
is.
of the many.
It is the good of the community.
And I think I'm going to end it with that, and you can go now.
All right, so I'm gonna go here and take this action and wake up all my people, motivate them with 4 water, right? Because it's 7.
Yeah, 3.5 rounded up
Half
would be
rounded
4.
up, so grab.
That was definitely beneficial for you.
Yeah, I need that. I saw that come out earlier on a different tile, and that was helpful, so that's that. And I'm going to, oh, that's what I wanted to do. All right. I'm gonna send her, I guess, here. Why not? And pay my neutronium. Get 8 water.
Yeah, you're like swimming in water now.
Swimming.
Literally.
I like these little
Swimming in
water
potable
gems.
water.
Swimming in potable water. Distilled water.
Yes.
All right. And
Yeah, you can keep going. I'm
you're
not
like
taking any more
passing?
actions. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll go here. And I'll refocus back to here if you can move me.
So you're gonna
And
focus
take
one
that
back.
water back, yeah.
All right, so you're going to collect water, and you go up a step on your warp.
My warp drive.
Yep.
And oh shite. I did it again.
What'd you do?
I forgot to. You didn't stop me. Did you see me do that?
What did you do?
I used my stupid scientist instead of anybody else.
Oh, why does it matter?
Because I want to go there and take my anomaly.
Well, then swap it.
off.
I'll let you take that back. Put your admin there.
I'm always looking out for you.
I don't know what you plan on doing a turn ahead.
I know, but I always foresee the things you want to do.
No, you usually tell me after the fact.
No, I do not.
Like, what do you want to do?
Would you like to do this?
Well,
are you considering doing this?
I'm actually more looking at my board right now, trying to think about what I'm going to do in the last era, to be quite honest.
I understand that. Oh, you know what I could have done here? I'll make good on that. We'll take this guy back. We'll put this guy up here. All right? I'm going to use my admin here. I'll pay 2 water.
Oh, to recruit.
I'll just recruit another scientist, okay?
All right.
So there, it's like it never even happened, okay? It's like I screwed up and I fixed it.
All right.
And I took that thing away.
Anything else you'd like to do? With the rest of all your workers?
With the rest of my workers? Yeah, probably. I guess I'm gonna go... I can't take anything else back, so I don't have any other suits. But I can trade a water and get to uranium. So,
okay.
I'll do that.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. And are you now done?
Now I am done.
Okay, let's clean up.
Okay.
I've got a lot of sleepy people here. So these 2 are coming back awake. These
Yeah,
2
you really have to keep track of like
back asleep.
who's coming back.
You've got this guy's awake for you,
Okay.
and these 2 are asleep for you.
Okay.
And there's all of your mechs
Thank you.
or belong to me.
Oh, my max.
I'll take every one of your tokens off of the adventure board
Thank you.
because you have so many out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's all the pieces. That's all my pieces. All right. Oh, I need some resources. I'm so out of resources. Okay. So that was cleanup, check for impact, check for endgame. That's the big thing here. So I had done this build action, so that gets flipped. But everything else, we ignored those other 2 spots.
Okay. You didn't go there?
Did I build twice?
So you should have flipped them when you were on them. I felt like you did.
I did, actually. And I
Yeah.
did get a victory point because I built in the first slot. That's where I built this mech.
Did you get your victory point?
I did not. So if you
Okay.
give me a victory point, please. So you're right. That's flipped
Yeah,
as well. So there's
flip them when you move your guys, because otherwise you forget.
Yeah, true. So that is it. It's not end game because there's still one more space in the capital. So we are going to focus back and finish out the final era. So there are going to be 7 eras in this game.
Yep.
So either way, the game ends this round.
Yeah.
So that's it for cleanup. Let's do the prep and we'll get ready for our final round.
All right.
All right.
Prep it.
So I'm going to refill the mine for the final round of the game.
Oh, there's 2, 1. Oh, no, 2 and 2. Another guy. That guy.
All right.
And
so
flip
that's
our
all.
super.
Final is the Welfare
Welfare Society.
Society.
We have a welfare society.
We do have a very much so welfare society. Okay, so we have a bunch of buildings that are all pretty good. Wow, that are all actually really good. I could use a few of those, to be honest. But it's a little late in the game for that, and I can't build anything because it's been destroyed.
Oh, what has been?
It's collapsed.
What is?
The construction.
You can always take the copy action.
But you have to copy somebody's action.
I thought you can copy, like you can take that as the action.
I don't think that's the case. I think you have to
Oh,
copy. You use that to copy an action or copy somebody's, but I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I'm pretty sure.
Let's double check because I think we've played it that way before.
All right, you are correct. Those actions can be used to take any
Thank you.
of the capital actions, even though they're blocked. So we really only have 2 choices, but you don't get any bonuses.
Right.
And they're going to cost you water to do. So yes, there's still an opportunity to build. Oh, this is horrible.
Is
Okay, so let's go into paradox. So it looks like you're rolling first and second.
Great. Super.
And I think I might get an anomaly this round, which is not good.
1.
And you can go ahead and roll again.
1.
All right, so you get an anomaly. I'll go ahead and roll.
This is my first one all game though, so that's not bad.
I rolled 2. Yes, might as well go out in style. I get 1 as well, so we each get an anomaly on that.
Okay.
Great. So something to deal with at the end of the game. It's probably the worst time to get one.
It really is.
So I'll throw it right here.
Okay. They like clog up your board, and they
Yep.
don't count for anything.
Well, they count for
They count for
negative
nothing.
things.
Yeah.
All right, so Paradox is bad. We both mess with the timeline a little too much. Power up exosuits.
Oh, why is that so sad?
Because I don't have a lot of cores, so let's see what we can do here.
Water though.
I do. All right, I'm gonna do 3 suits.
Okay.
So I have to pay 2 cores. So I'll pay a core and 2 water because I'll convert 2 water into a core.
And I'll pay 3 resources to bring out 4. Ugh. I'll pay.
Well, you're bringing out 4 max. Dang.
Yeah. I can bring out 3.
I would have loved to build
though.
4, but I don't think I... Should I do 4?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna do 4.
There you go.
I'll trade in just 2 water for another core, please. And here's 2 more for another core, if you don't mind.
Just the core?
Yep.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for my power up. Now warp, we're not warping in. I mean, you could warp in.
You could
but
warp
that's
in
silly.
stuff, but it's like if you need it right now, and then you can pay it back.
Which makes sense if you
It
want to
does.
do something
I
on
mean,
your first turn with
yeah.
resources, but you still have to. You have
You
an
have to acquire
opportunity
them and pay them back anyway.
to pay back. You do, and I'm not gonna.
Borrowing them from the present.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother doing that. So
Yeah, I'm not either.
it's up to you. But
Yeah.
so we're gonna bypass the warp. So we're both not warping anything in. So we'll jump into the action rounds now, and I can take my first action. All right. My first action is going to be to go to the mines, and I'm going to go. I'll go here, take a neutronium.
It's like the only one on the board.
I know. It's tough.
This is tough, man. Why do you do this to me?
It's
Okay.
brutal.
This is like very brutal. Okay. That's all right. So, all right. So what I'm gonna have to do then is this. So I'm gonna send my admin to trade, and he can do that twice.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna trade 3 water for 2 of any resource.
Mm-hmm. What would you like?
Well, it doesn't matter. I just want a neutronium because that's going to be his second action.
Oh, the second action is to trade those 2 for
Yeah.
neutronium. Okay.
That's like all I really
There you go.
wanted.
I will send my admin here to deal with this anomaly. So he's going to pay neutronium and 2 water and his life. They're kind of like my red shirts. They end up just sacrificing themselves for the greater good. And that will remove this anomaly from my board. That's my action.
Okay. And I'm going to send... I'm going to send this guy, I guess, out here with the neutronium to get 8 water.
8 water, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. I'm going to send one of my genius is to be an engineer and mine this gold and this titanium.
Okay. And I just thought of something. Okay, I'm going to send her out as a scientist out here. Do I do that? Ugh, this sucks so bad. I don't know if I want to do that at this point. All right, new plan. I'm going to go ahead and take my evacuation now.
Oh, okay.
Actually, so I send that guy up there. I put my token up there. Ugh. Up there.
Okay.
Okay.
So how many points is that worth to you?
So to me, it's worth 3 plus 4 for every super project I have, and I only have 1, so it's 7 points.
All right, so take your 7.
Good.
You've evacuated.
And I have evacuated my people responsibly. Your turn.
All right. So what I'm going to do is send him here, pay uranium, and get 6 water plus a victory point. So
Okay.
I will just take a victory point and 1 water because I'm going to wake everybody up for 5 water with my free action.
1 water?
Yep.
Okay.
Take my free action to wake everybody up
Okay.
because I'm out of workers. Your turn. God, 1 water.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna send scientist out. Actually, I'm gonna send this guy out as a scientist, because I haven't done that yet, to the mine. So
Okay.
I am gonna take the mining action, and I'll just take the 2
You get
gold.
and 1 gold.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm going to send a scientist, I guess, to the evacuation pod.
Okay.
So I'm going to get that 3, that -3. Put that up there. So I lose 3 points for doing it second.
I can't really reach that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I get -3 points. So it'll go in my victory point pool. But I get to score now. So I score 3 points for having full morale, and I get 1 point for every worker, busy or not. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect. That's huge. There you go.
Huge.
Huge. Huge points.
Well, I get 10 for the workers plus 3 for my
Oh, plus 3.
for the thingy. Here, it's another 5.
Oh my goodness, okay, there you go.
Here's 2.
Okay.
All right, so I've evacuated.
Okay, good.
I got 1 more powered up mech.
Good job.
And there was a method to that madness.
What's that?
There was a reason for
Okay,
that.
that's good. Seriously, these pieces are probably going to get warped. I'm like so sweaty. Okay, I'm going to use my scientist to wake all my people up. So that's going to cost me only 4 water because I have that thing that makes me pay 4 water. Actually, I'll do this. I'm just paying 1. Or pay 4.
All right, so your
and
people are
everybody's
up.
awake.
All
So
right.
your turn.
I I'm going to... Oh. Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work out at all. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice a scientist for 7 water, please. So she's going to die at the end of this, but I'm not supporting people anymore.
They're really playing for the team. That's good.
Yeah, they're
like jumping overboard left and right.
They are.
Save you.
For the cause. This is it.
Cause.
We want the World Council.
Yeah, that's good.
One big boat for everybody.
That's so weird. Like that's their vision. It's like we're just gonna sail on the ocean, I guess.
Why not?
All right, I'm going to spend this guy down here, I think, and try to get rid of this anomaly. So I can pay 2 resources of any type. So I'll pay these 2.
Okay. 2
and
water.
2 water. Right.
And a person.
And this guy. So can I just
get rid of him?
I don't just put him on there?
No, because he's
because he's gonna be dead. So. All right, and then I get to remove a tile, right?
You do.
And I'll remove this guy.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry, what?
I didn't remove one. That's optional, though. You don't have to do it.
When didn't you remove one?
When I removed my anomaly early on in this round.
I thought you... Oh, early on in this round?
I believe so. I did it like first thing.
Oh,
but
you did?
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It might not have been this round. It was probably last round I did it.
Oh. I remember you removing a tile at one point.
Yeah, I didn't. So it doesn't matter. It's optional.
Would you like to?
No, it's totally optional. I don't want... No, I'd rather
Well, you
get
can't
points.
at this point anyway, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather get points for doing that anyway, so...
Sounds good. Okay,
so
your turn.
I will now use a builder to take the council action of 1 water cost, and I will do the construction.
Okay.
So I get a discount of 1 titanium because of the builder. So I'm going to build here. So it's going to cost me 1 gold, 1 titanium, and 2 water. And I'm going to build this building.
Cool.
Right there. That allows me to turn water into resources.
That's amazing.
It is
I
good.
love that one so much. Okay. All right. I'm going to send this guy. Since I don't need to send him back in time anymore, he's going to go adventuring.
Yay!
In the outback.
Once again.
In the outback.
That's
So,
going to cost
there.
you how much water?
2 water.
2 water?
I'll put this up there.
Okay. And you get 2 cards, right?
Yep.
And 2.
Nice. Okay. So we have Fountain of Life, 8 water, 2 victory points, and Broadcast from the Past.
Actually, I don't think I got my 2 points when I bumped this up at max last time. So if you'll mind, yeah, if you are at max, every time you wake your people up and morale them again, you actually get points instead.
Okay, so I get to bump my morale up twice.
Yeah.
So I'll take that.
Pretty
That's
good.
Cool.
Yeah. So you get that.
And
how much was that to beat? 11?
11.
So you got that beat.
And I'm already at max.
So you get 2
that'll
points.
give me
4 points.
4
actually.
points.
Yeah. Wow. So that was your action, huh?
Yes, it was.
All right. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and use this new building and pay 3 water. So if you give me 2 water back, please. And get 3 resources of any kind. So I will take a gold. I'll take 1 of each. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to use my scientist here. And focus back to the last era. Whoops, I just moved all my tiles here. And I'll pay that gold and grab that.
Okay.
And bump up my thing.
All right, so I'm going to do similar. I'll use my scientist though to look back an era, to pay 1 titanium and close that warp loop. Go up 1.
Cool.
All right, your turn.
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay, you can pass for now.
Yeah, I'll pass for now.
All right. I do have more things I need to take care of though.
I physically have nothing else I can do.
I'm gonna send him here and pay a power core and power up a mech.
Okay.
A suit.
Nice.
So if you're gonna pass, I'm gonna go again. And well, I wish I had more people, but I don't. So this is my last real action I can take because everybody else is spent. But I'm gonna go ahead and send him.
You wanted to get
To
your
an
hands
adventure.
on some adventuring.
2 water.
Okay.
I will put my token here. I get +1
Yep.
to my combat rating, but I only get to draw the top card.
Yep.
So I have a rating of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. +1 is 13, and this is a 13.
Perfect.
I get to power up a mech.
Stop it. Really?
But it doesn't matter because it's an action that's called Deserted Carrier, and this would allow me a free action to power up a mech. If I had gotten that earlier in the game, it would have been awesome, but I don't have any more workers.
Oh,
So I can
that
power
sucks.
a mech, but not take an action, so...
Oh,
But that's
stinks.
it. I mean, it's cool. It would have been great early, but
Yeah.
whatever.
That's always good to have those extra, like, sensors.
Yeah.
So that you can get rid of the crappy ones that you don't really
If
want.
I was going to build one, but I didn't have another worker to do it.
Yeah. All right.
So that's it. I pass.
I pass.
All right, so we are done. So let's bring all our workers back,
Okay.
and we'll get ready for end game. Pull them back.
Can you grab my adventure?
Sure.
Thank you.
These guys all come back awake. Well, not that it matters, but
Yeah.
get these back.
Thanks.
There you go. All right, and we're back on this track in the present. And what do? So we pull everybody back, check for impact, nope. Check for game end, yes.
Yes,
We are
absolutely.
at the end. So we didn't, the capital didn't fully collapse, but that's fine because we reached the last of the 7 errors. So now we are about to get into end game scoring, which
It's always a mystery.
yes, so there's a lot going on here, and we have a gamepad to
Score pad.
a score pad to track our scores. So we'll get that ready now.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. So the first thing we do now that the final era is over is what we call untangling the continuum.
Right.
So to untangle the continuum, you look and see if there's any open warp tiles where we have sent stuff back and haven't fulfilled it, and now you have an opportunity, if you have the resources or personnel, to pay for those items to do like a final warp back.
We did a good job cleaning up our timers.
We did.
though.
We kept it nice and clean,
Yes.
and
Popped in, popped out.
that was it. Just did
Yeah.
the minimal, and we were able to score pretty well, I think, in the warping. So we didn't have that to worry about. Otherwise, you lose 2 points if you can't fulfill it. And now we go to the end game scoring. So we have to tally up points based on each category. So first
Yes.
category is buildings. So you basically just
Right.
add up the number of buildings. So everything has victory points on it. 6, 7, 8. All right. I have 19 points,
20.
and you have 20. So very close in building score.
Okay.
Cool. Next is anomalies, right?
Next is super
Oh, sorry.
buildings or whatever.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
So I already
Super
added mine
projects.
in though.
So my super project is only worth 6 points.
Did you you didn't add that into your buildings?
I did actually.
I
so-
did too. So
Oh,
we'll
all right. Then just
forget
nil it
about
out.
that,
Yeah.
Okay. Anomalies?
No, we don't have any. So
Yes, that's
doesn't
net.
matter. Time travel, right?
Yes.
So I have 12.
And I have 16.
16 plus 1 for every one you did. 1, 2,
I
3,
count that
4,
now?
5, 6, 7, 8. 16 plus 8. So just do plus 8 there.
27?
16 plus 8,
I haven't eaten.
24.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so morale's next, right?
Yes.
Yep, so I got 6 points for morale,
Okay. I had 7.
and you get 7. Next is what, victory point tokens? Is that it? Or
those are our research tokens or
research
breakthroughs.
So I've got 1.
Okay, so is that 1 point?
1 point.
Okay. Oops. And I don't have any.
You already scored that in your chips.
I scored it with my other thing.
Yep, so you don't worry about that.
Yep.
And
victory point tokens,
Victory
right?
point tokens. So now is where we add these up. So, all right. So I'll use these to offset these, and I've got 25.
Okay, I have 15.
All right. And now we look at our end game conditions, right?
We didn't have any warp tiles. If at this point we could not satisfy any of our warp tiles that were left, we would subtract 2 points for each one, but we don't have any out.
So we're good there.
Now we do our end game things.
Conditions, right? Yeah. So bonuses. So who has the most water? I've got 0. You have 1. You win.
Oh my God, really?
You get 3 points.
Okay.
All right, now we score who covered up most of the board.
I think that was you.
I was by 1.
Yeah,
that last building.
By 1.
So I get those 3. Most super projects, we tied, so we each get 3 points for that. The most time warped travel.
Most time warped
No, that's not it. That's the most...
the furthest time travel ability? Is that what
I think, yeah, netted. So I would go 3, 4, 5, and you have 5. We're tied.
Okay.
So we get 3 points each. So you would net all your buildings or any bonuses you get for how far back you can travel.
Yeah.
And the last one is how many adventures you went on. So a successful adventure. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have 7.
Wow. Okay, you get those 3. Yeah, because you would like just constantly...
You just kept adventuring.
So let's tally this up and see where we landed.
All right. So this is very interesting.
Nail-biter, yes.
So you've been keeping track. Anthony ended up with 72. I had 78.
78.
And so what we found out, though, if we're looking at the scores, is that it really came down to those end game categories.
Right.
Specifically, probably with the most impact, the water.
The water.
Because I got that 3 points just because of this water right there.
Right. Had I taken that 3-point category, we would have tied.
And what that would have come down to is you actually just not going on your adventure.
At the end, that last move of
because you had to pay water to go on that adventure.
Was the 2 water.
You had a 2 water. You could have gone.
And I could have gone anywhere else.
Yeah.
And not paid water and tied you.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have won. It would have been a tie.
I think going on the adventure, you have a greater chance of getting something that allows you to get more points. Anyway,
that's what I was hoping for, and I ended up getting something I couldn't use. So
I don't know.
Oh, well.
That was close, though.
Yes.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about this. Okay, so if all of you are still with us after that marathon game session.
Yeah, that was long.
It was long.
But it was good. It was fun. It was fun for us.
Real fun.
It was very...
Euro-y?
I was gonna say, like, I got like really sweaty.
It was tense.
Like, it was just like camping.
I didn't say it was intense. Just tense.
It was tense.
All right, so let's talk about
Let's talk about it. So we've played this a few times at length.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's talk about replayability.
Wow, jump right into replayability. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, we've played all of the factions. And we haven't played with all the modules.
We've not, but that's because there's a lot of modules.
There's a lot. So I think, in all fairness, we're gonna review this game based on what we've played and what we see that the game has to offer.
Right.
As far as variability and replayability go, and I mean just the amount of sheer modules and customization alone.
Right.
This thing is already at its highest peak, I think.
Yeah.
Taking into account the gameplay, the randomization of setup with the buildings, with the cards for resources, with the workers you get.
Right.
Like all of that variability in just that standard play. Having multiple sides of the board to play, having multiple sides of the character boards to play, and multiple character leaders to play.
Which all have variable player powers, player actions, and things like that.
Like that alone.
Just on a base level.
Yeah, not one game is even remotely close to the other.
Yeah, even
like you have similar strategies, but you're not guaranteed to be able to play that same strategy because you're taking the same actions, but the same actions don't net you the same result every time. And that's where this game gains its strength and variability. Huge huge replayability on this.
Right.
I mean, again, it's a long game. Like I said in the beginning, this was a long playthrough. So like that may detract to playing it as many times as you would a 20-minute game. But at the end of the day, every time you play this, it will be different.
It's going to be a different experience.
Yep.
For sure. The one module we didn't play with for the playthrough is the Doomsday module. And that does come with the base game. And that actually also allows you to manipulate the timeline. So the Cataclysm moves around based on what you're doing in that module. So even that lends to some variability as well.
Yeah, you can even prevent it entirely.
Yeah,
or make it happen earlier than it should. Yep. So there's a lot of things can happen.
Yeah, we won't get into all the other modules and things, but the game, your goals for the game, even whether you use workers for the game. I think there's even one module in the expansion that allows you, it's the World Council module, right, that allows you to not even put workers in your exosuits, I think.
Well, you can use their you like
use their exosuits.
You buy their exosuits, so they have their own, and they have like these big faces on their bellies. But you essentially take on their exosuit to use for your actions, and so you get like an exosuit to use without having to use one of your workers in it.
Right.
Which is cool.
Almost like how I did. So I liked that because it was like alluding to what comes next, kind of. Right. In a way. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah. So huge
replayability.
Yeah.
Wait. Do I have to ask?
No. This is. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It is real heavy. But I think what's really the heaviest about this game, and I think it's what you were telling me you struggle the most with, was in that you had so many options and so many ways to score that you were having trouble focusing on any one specific path of scoring.
Well, it's not even focusing on any certain path, but being able to determine while you're playing where am I being successful? Like, how do I assess my progress during this game? Because there's no way to look at, so like, in most games you have either, you have at least a victory point score board or something to give you kind of an idea of where you are. Granted, a lot of times different things are going to give you more points at the end of the game, so you don't know where you are in relation to other people, but at least you feel like you kind of have a concept. In this game, you don't, without really studying the other person's board, which you do not have time to do, unless you're sitting there doing the math as you're working through everything, which also you do not have time to do, you really have trouble figuring out where you're at with it if you're not used to playing this kind of scoring mechanism in this kind of game. So that is challenging.
Yeah, so I
like that challenge, but it's very different.
Personally like not having the score in my face the whole time, and I like having the freedom to just say, this is going to score points, I'm just going to do it. Right. It may not win me the game, but I'm going to enjoy my journey through the game all that much more, because I'm not sitting there going, oh God, I'm losing by 6 points. I need to do this, that, and that. No, I don't. I want to come up with my own strategy, my own way, and at the end, I want to kind of be surprised. Like, did it work? What I was trying to do, did it work? And what was my big mistake? Right. And I like that. Yeah, that was good. It was interesting. I mean, like I said, we've played this before. We played last night actually, and I played the same faction last night, but with a different leader. Yeah. And the leader's advantage was to do research and things like that. And I was looking at my endgame condition. Now, your endgame condition had to do with your workers. Yeah. So you were collecting workers, and that seemed to make sense, where you're like, all right, I'm collecting workers. Those workers are doing things for me actively in the game. As I'm playing, it's getting me points. That's good. It's all going to be part of my end game goal. And I started my end game condition was doing the research projects. So I started collecting research. How many research projects did I have? Like 3 or almost 4 or something like that? But they do literally nothing for you during the game. I mean, maybe once or twice. Yeah, you get kind of big boost, but that's it. When you look at from like a scoring standpoint, during the game, you think you've got, all right, I've got 8 points on this
thing and I've got 7 points on this one, but you don't see all the little, the little things that are getting you points throughout the game that you're missing out on because you got those things that just seem to look like points to you. So if you're somebody that is used to kind of just looking at points or calculating or using one goal, I guess, to determine your outcome, that makes it very challenging.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think aside from that, all the different options you have for what you need to do, even if you do have you have your set goal in mind and everything, getting there, you don't have enough time. You never have enough time.
No, you
never
never
have enough resources.
Never enough time to do everything you want to do. It's like
it's like anything else.
Like any heavier, but this is
very heavy.
Top of the charts heavy.
Yeah.
So this is up there with your other favorite game.
Naturally.
Yes. So Tricerion, that's what we're referring to, which is I think Tricerion's actually heavier than this one, to be honest, because there's a lot more complexity.
You think?
I think so, in my opinion. Okay. I think there's more complexity. At first glance, this one looks far more complicated just because of the whole time travel factor, but you get through that really quickly, and the mechanics are very straightforward. But I think Tricerion's a little more. Well, watch the review and you'll understand. Yeah,
exactly.
So, but heavy. So.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on. Let's talk about components.
All right, so these are fantastic.
These are really good.
These are really, really, really top notch, top of the line. The minis are huge, really good, solid, thick plastic, nice, clean sculpts.
If our paints weren't packed right now, because we're in the process of moving, these things would have been painted for the playthrough.
Hands down.
I want to paint them.
Yeah, they'll look phenomenal.
They're going to look awesome.
And the mechanic of putting your workers inside of them, all of it, like every component in this game is beautiful. Hands down. The art, the cardboard thickness, it's all solid. There's there were no corners cut. In the production of these games, from the box themselves, from the manuals. They give you plenty of manuals, and the manuals are nice and clear. They're clean. They have full appendix, so you can look up any card to get any definition. Like, I honestly, I don't think, without really, like, I can't see anything that I was like, wow, I wish they did this. The only one thing I would say that they could have done a little bit more on, which I think would have just been a waste of time, would have been for each building to have a unique picture of that building.
Perhaps,
but it's not necessary. For all intents and purposes, I don't think it would have lent any more value to the game, and it would have probably been more confusing to look at the tiles themselves.
And here, the thing that I liked, it actually speaks to that, is that each of the building tiles was actually numbered. And I don't think we brought that up in the playthrough, but you might have noticed it if you saw it. But that way in the appendix, you could just look up, all right, building 109, what is that? And they were all sorted. It was very, very organized.
Very organized.
Not looking for, all right, it's this building with like a red roof and like, these stacks coming out of it. So that was very nice. It made it very, like, much easier to learn and understand and go back to if we had to.
Yeah, it was, once you read through the rule book, it's very easy to find what you're looking for.
My comment on the art that I think I made to you the other day too was that for such a detailed graphic game, because the art is absolutely beautiful and it's very, very detailed, and with so much going on the table, that can tend to look clustered or confusing or overwhelming, especially if you're somebody like me who's more of a minimalist, and I tend to like clean designs and things. But the way they did the cards was very clean, so it balanced out, I think, very nicely, where it was easy to understand, clear, good colors, made sense, it was logical, and it let the art shine through without making it just a burden to kind of sift through.
Yep.
All right.
Agreed.
Cool. Theme. Did you feel like you were time traveling?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah, this is great. Like, you feel the pressure of the impending doom coming with the cataclysm. It's always in your face. And then when you turn that one board over and that three-headed creepy guy is on fire now, and then you start to shut down, the capital actions. Having to suit up your mechs to get him out onto the board, like all of that carries through in the theme, and then managing your timeline and warping stuff in, like all of it fits. Not one piece of this game is out of theme.
Yeah.
It all ties in perfectly. Out of all the things you do, they all tie in so well. So they hit it out of the park on theme on this one.
I would agree.
Hands down. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you're playing a story. You don't feel like you're playing a game. Like you're playing through eras, and you're living through with your people, and you're struggling, and you find the challenge, and you just try to keep your faction afloat while trying to progress a bit and managing this whole time rift. It's crazy. It's so good.
And even through all the modules and things too, like the module we played, all of the things that you're finding out in the outback are helping you. Like abandoned factory or something, it makes sense.
Yeah, and you get a factory, like
with your Doomsday, you're doing experiments. So different experiments are coming out, that you get to take part in and stuff. So it's really, really, really cool. I would agree 100%.
Yeah.
So, fun factor.
I think we've pretty much.
Yeah, if you can't tell, we had fun.
Yeah, express that. The game is, if you like Euros and you're into like sort of the sci-fi theme, I mean, you really don't need to look any further than this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, it's a blast to play.
Yeah,
Tons of
so
fun.
much fun.
But you have to also enjoy long games. If you find it fun to play a game that's a long Euro, you'll love it.
Yeah.
And if you want a short, quick roll the dice and battle game, look elsewhere. Yeah, not it.
Yeah. Setup.
A lifetime.
What you would expect.
Yeah. With like any Euro, any heavy game like this. Again, I go back to Tricerion. Like that one is a bear to set up.
Yeah.
This one equally as difficult. There's just so many tokens.
You're gonna be punching for a long time.
Oh yeah. Whew. Yeah, you're gonna need a good half hour to get this on the table.
If you saw some of our like morale tokens and stuff, they're this big.
They're tiny, I mean, teeny tiny. You're punching board after board after board.
Like really check your boards, make sure that you haven't missed anything.
Yes, there's so many tokens to punch. It's a bear.
I mean, it's all worth it. You need them all, and it is definitely worth it. But
you're talking minimum 30 minutes to get this board on the table.
One thing I will mention though is that the instructions for setup are very clear.
Yes.
So setup is complicated just if you don't understand how the game works, but just walk through it with the rule book, and they do a very good job of explaining how to get it on the table.
And where to put what.
And exactly.
That's what's important.
Where to store everything and everything.
So you're fine.
All right, audience, who's this for? So we already talked about this a little bit.
Yeah. Heavy gamers, you gotta be heavy. I mean, this is something you need to want a long game. Sci-fi theme. Beautiful art, beautiful board.
Yeah.
I mean, you bring this to someone who's never played board games or isn't into this type of heavy game, and they will probably walk away.
Yeah.
It's too much. You start to explain paradox and anomalies to them, and then focusing on prior era. No.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm done.
Yeah.
Done. So
definitely.
Even when we first started filming this, we were talking through just the theory of the time travel, and it's like, what am I even talking about? Like, is anybody or even still tuned in at this point? Because
like, nope.
Forget that. I don't even want to. But it's not as bad as it seems.
Not.
So really, like, I'm sure if like I said, you've watched it up to this point, and you've seen for yourself, it's really not that complicated.
Yeah.
There's just a lot to think about while you're playing.
Yeah. I will mention it because we're talking about audience. This can be played solo as well.
Yes.
So, and it was funny because up to the filming, and I've been sick the last couple days, which is why we haven't filmed it yet until this point. But Anthony kept saying he was going to film it on Chromobot mode by himself, and there is a really, really nice Chronobot who you fight against, and you play. It's a completely different way to play.
An AI with his own board, his own suits, mech. He's got dice. There's all sorts going on here. I haven't played it yet, but it looks phenomenal.
It looks really good.
I really wish I had an opportunity to play it up to this point. I just haven't.
I wouldn't let him do it.
Because that would have been my playthrough for those of you who wanted solo.
Sorry. Yeah, I said I was going to do it, actually. He's like, you can't do
Nope. So,
anyway, all right.
But that's yet another module / variant.
We should bring it up because it's really good.
Yep.
All right. Anything else you want to say? Conclusions. What do you think?
No, I think
we didn't cover.
No, I think we covered most of it, if not all of it. One thing I would say, if you're interested in this type of game or this particular game, I highly recommend getting the Exosuit Commander Pack. Not only does it come with the minis, but it also comes with variants.
Yes.
Right? And different modules for the game. So you're getting a box full of goodness, right? Another sideboard, like, because you need more sideboards on this game.
Right.
Not really, but it's just very
so much fun.
Yeah, playing it with without the minis, you actually have like these they're
hexagons.
Hex tiles.
Yeah.
That you place your worker in the center of it, and that represents the suit. To me, that pulls you right out of the theme. So if you really are into theme, you have to get the commander pack.
Yeah, it's so worth it. Absolutely.
I don't normally recommend, getting minis for the sake of getting minis, but with this game, I think it's an absolute must. You have to get it.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine playing without them.
Yeah.
No, it would be a different experience. And if you want the full experience, if you're going to go for it, go for the whole thing. Don't cheap out on this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So,
excellent.
So yeah, that's it. I guess we can go for rating at this point, right?
All right.
All right. So I don't think this one was very difficult for us to figure out where we wanted to rate this based on our system. I think we both felt very strongly about this one, and I think it's definitely the best game we've played this year.
Absolutely,
hands
without
down.
a doubt.
And it's probably, if I were to look over the course of the last 2 years, it's definitely in the top 5 for me. Right. So with that being said, right now it's better than a lot of games I thought were the greatest games. I'm not going to go through and name any of those, but I think a lot of the big hits out there. To me, this one, felt more complete. It's when you're done playing it, you feel like you really put a lot into it, a lot of energy into the playthrough itself. It wasn't just like, all right, well, I'll just do this. Everything counts in this one.
And there's a satisfaction when you're done.
Even if you...
Yeah,
just
you didn't get everything done you wanted to get done, but you feel satisfied in the play itself. Like you just sit back and you want to look at the board and be like, yes.
Yeah, I evacuated my people. I managed all of my time rifts. You did all that stuff. I didn't maybe not have won the game, but the journey of it was satisfying at the end. So not many games can do that for you.
Yeah.
But this one certainly does. So this one is going to get our absolute top rating. This is outstanding.
Yeah.
And I say that with full confidence because this game is out of this world.
Yes.
It really
it's
is.
actually on this world.
It is on this world in the future, in the 26th century. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, we both strongly recommend
very much so.
Go get yourself a copy because you will not be sorry. Trust me. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and we shall see you next time.
See ya.